Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Downtime at the Hangar, where we talk about all things GBO2 and Tangent, and maybe do some spoiler talk today about a thing called Final
Uh-oh.
Fantasy VII Remake. Ooh. But
Oh
anyway, today I'm
no.
joined by Gustav the 13th
Yep.
and GamingEmblem.
IO.
So guys, how was your week? What did you do? What did you game? How'd it go? How's quarantine?
Well, funny you mentioned Final Fantasy VII because I finally finished it the other day. That was a good
Oh
one for me.
yeah.
Pog. We went on to the combat simulator and all the other stuff in hard mode.
Yeah,
But
there
we
you
are
go.
also doing a new game. And considering my sleepy ass overslept today, we're probably going to have to do it after this. That will be Death Stranding.
Oh, need a delivery sim.
Yep. I get to do my old job, but in video game form and 5,000 times more dangerous.
That's
I
a
don't
good
know.
point. Like I wasn't even thinking about that, but you're literally working in game.
Yep. So instead of COVID rain, we just have timefall.
No big deal.
Just wear a raincoat, lol.
Bro,
But
you mentioning it though reminds me of the beginning of the game, like that
That
starting
whole scene was
song.
fucked.
Oh well, yeah, that
Well, I
too.
did
But
like a good part of the prologue before I had to come back for the banner drop. So
ah,
yeah.
like
oh, okay. So while we're monster priming, you were Death Stranding.
Yep.
there you go.
Gotcha.
The like just playing that though on a 4K TV for that opening scene and just seeing the graphics was just like, yes, please. It was
It
so
looks
Get the
good.
pro
damn
Magnum?
good. Can we talk about how damn good that shit looked on the
Yeah,
same platform as Remake with some of its interesting skyboxes and shit for a minute? Because goddamn.
yeah.
I forgot how good that game looked.
I need to go back to it and just look at my TV. Like even on the 4K FF7 remake, which did look good for the cutscene and stuff at the beginning, just kind of comparing the two. Yeah, but man, I will say in FF7, some of the characters' faces sometimes were like, I'm like, whoa, 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 is your face tired over there? Maybe. Oh,
Yeah. To me, the faces are fine. It was the shadowing
oh
on
yeah,
them or the
sometimes
lighting in general.
maybe that was
And
what
then
it was.
what was it? The when they were trying to get the Shinra and they were climbing over all the wreckage and stuff, and they would like hug up against the wall, and it would show this entire like thing below them, and they wanted you obviously to look at it. And man, it's like, yeah,
Oh,
I'm seeing it.
I
It
know
don't look
exactly
great,
what
but
part.
I'm looking.
When I looked, you got up and you just could see out, way out there at that image. Oh no! Like you guys know what I'm talking about.
Background.png.
Yeah, that PNG image that you could tell. And then I'm like looking and I'm like, I look down, I'm like, oh no. I look up and I'm like, oh no. I'm like,
Oh
oh, there's
no!
the image plate. There's that
There goes
image
2
plate.
more for your counter, by the way.
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
Oh no. So someone can take care of the oh no's in chat. But like then there was then I look over and I'm just see where it connects. I'm just like, oh no, oh no, 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 no. Oof.
But then you look where you're supposed to look, right? And then you're like, it's still fine.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
felt like that was a big moment to just look out over
Yeah.
the
No, I
entire
mean,
everything.
and I wanted to get it out now because it's not really spoilers. It's just something that I've noticed in certain parts of the game. So I just felt like that'd be good to get out of the way so we could just talk about the rest.
Yeah, like even
Friend
when
of mine
you're.
in chat's like, what a shitter.
But yeah, like it was there was that one, and then like even being like up and looking down at like the sector, whatever sector you were over, didn't even look that bad. And then I just look out and I just see this flat image and I'm like, ooh,
Oof.
I can tell that one. That's definitely an image.
I don't know, Gustav. That could be spoiler-tastic. Final Fantasy 7 in a future episodes could pull a Star Ocean till the end of time, and it just turns out all of Shinra or Midgar was a simulation on a computer.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah,
Maybe the
that's
PNGs
possible.
were on purpose. Some real big brain theory crafting.
I mean, if we want to talk like spoilers, and it's
Well,
like,
no,
what's even
I was
real
gonna say,
anymore, right?
I was gonna say, let's try to hold that off till we have the big spoiler alert on the screen. That way, people have something to look at. Be like, oh, there, I need to mute or turn it down
Spoilers.
significantly. But yeah. So was that pretty much your week though? Anything else?
Nope. New beginnings, all that stuff. That's pretty much all that's been going on here.
But have you been reaching new horizons?
No, not quite.
No Switch? Feels bad.
I need it in my life, dude.
I would like to play it too. But
About
But
the
yeah,
only
apparently
Horizon I
there's a
got is
massive
Zero
Switch
Dawn.
shortage.
I bet.
Oh yeah.
Animal Crossing is like the
Like anyone
quarantine
who
game.
didn't get it already, yeah, was waiting for that game to exist for a long time, and now it's here.
Yeah. Nintendo released into play so that they could max out an Animal Crossing sales. Genius.
Meanwhile, Gunpla Warfare's schedule got affected by COVID, so they're still
They're
feeling it.
extending the in-game event. It's gonna last like 20 days, and they're doing like free 10 spins every day or something like that. Because they're not gonna update the event for a while.
You know, I did mention the. Did anybody notice any like anime that was getting affected? And I know one.
I've heard some anime, yeah.
ReZero, season 2. That's
Oof,
a big one.
Rudy.
I thought they were just retouching on the
Apparently,
are
if
you
you
talking about director's cut or something?
No,
Like I
if
thought it was just a remake or revisit on the original or some nonsense like that.
no,
Is
I'm
it new
talking about
content?
season 2 was supposed to be out like 3 weeks ago, and it won't be till June. So it was going to be in the
Feels
spring
bad, man.
season here. We were going to have the season 2 in spring, and now it's not going to be till summer or just right before summer season. So yeah, that's kind of rude. But yeah, Emblem, how was your week and stuff and things?
All good on my part. I was able to finish Disaster Report. That game is wonky.
I think I caught you right there at the end.
Yeah, they let you like do a bunch of crazy stuff. There was a lot of people sleeping. Sleeping. Nobody died. Nobody died in making that game. But dude, there's like a really messed up part where like this overpass bridge collapses, and you can run underneath it, like because it falls at like a tilted angle, and it's like it's got the support beam, so it's kind of like a lean-to, and if you run underneath it, like while you're if you haven't left the screen, because like it's a busy street, but there's like bodies all along that path.
Oh shit.
So there's just like a ton of sleeping people all underneath this bridge that fell, and it can crush you. By the way, like if you're in the wrong spot, that thing will crush you in one shot.
I was
You to
gonna
death.
say, is that the meme when you like rated me that everybody was like, just use an earthquake, just use an earthquake, just have a bridge collapse on
Use
it.
an earthquake, crush him for bridge, stuff like that. That's exactly what we were referring to.
Okay.
But the game's pretty funny. Like I was doing some research. Apparently, like as far as the other disaster report style games go, that one's not as open ended. Like apparently it's kind of on rails, which I kind of noticed. I was trying to be as rude as possible, like only in it for the money. Like if I could, I would not save people. There was a character that they would not let you walk away from. Like if you could interact with something, you pretty much you essentially like have different options that you can role play. But at the end of the day, you like if someone's supposed to get rescued, you have to rescue them,
Right.
and stuff like that.
Is it like literally a cast that just goes with you for the rest of the game?
You really only have like one partner that's with you for any long period of time. Like there are a couple instances with some characters where it'll follow you for like literal minutes. But for the most part, you have the one character, I think her name is Kanai, that travels around with you for the bulk of the game. She's the one I was saying that the first character that you can just leave because she's covered in rubble, and they give you the option to be a dick to her and just kind of like stare at her and be like, "Well, later." But even if you say like, "Sorry, I'm not going to rescue you," if you try to leave, she just yells at you and they teleport you back into the room with her, so you can't leave her for dead. But yeah, we finished that up. I've slowly been kind of working on some stuff with FF7 Remake. I've been having I had to rebuild my database. I don't know what it is, but when I've been downloading games, my PlayStation's hard drive has just kind of been like, bleh. So
might have to do surgery on that thing soon.
Yeah, I gotta take mine apart.
Open hard drive surgery.
Yeah.
Like mine right now, it just did it's getting the disk like ejecting beep bug.
I've been thinking about doing it just because like mine's a regular, so it still has an HDD and you can definitely feel it on some of these load times.
Mm-hmm.
So getting an SSD in there would be nice.
Yeah, I've been
I agree.
SSD in mine. But yeah, it's beeping right now. Like it just turned off. So.
Oh really?
Uh-oh.
But yeah, that's about it though. Just battle up. I got the Barzam or the Bar Jam. Or the Bar Jam. I want to add an extra A to that for some reason. Got the Bar Jam. And we finished up the disaster report. Getting ready for the watch party after the stream tonight. But that's about it.
What are you gonna watch?
Probably look into Recreators and some Mospeta. That's how you pronounce it.
I'm a fan of Recreators.
I haven't seen any of it, so it'll be new to me.
But yeah, and then
I looked it up
Genesis
though. It
Climber.
seems interesting. Is that an anime?
That or when you said, are you talking about like Genesis Climber Mospeta or?
I guess so. I didn't know it's I don't know like the full title of it.
Okay, so now I'm reloading GBO2 again. But so that's gonna be fun if that happens during a speed run. Luckily, if the recording doesn't die, I just still got to eat the time and restart the game. Continue.
Rife with issues as of late. Hopefully things start to settle down with all that.
Yeah, it's pretty rough right now.
Yeah, the internet.
Especially PSN taking a shit yesterday.
Oh yeah, what was that? For real though.
Game was literally unplayable. It was very unfortunate.
Yeah. But as far as it goes, been learning some interesting facts from Apple Tea. Looks like this one is the average smell I can read weighs 760 nanograms. Cool. But yeah, it decided to get cold outside, so my heat was just like, we're gonna make the house really hot today, and I'm like, no, why? So I'm like, I've got coffee and tea at the same time to balance out being hot and cold. Okay, would not recommend peach tea with coffee. That was not a good idea.
Really?
But
just
yeah, so
like a Palmer or something.
I feel like people put like really weird shit in their coffee like directly too, so that's a little surprising.
I'm not a fan of that combination, at least.
You didn't have enough alcohol in your coffee there, Magnum.
There we go. I'll just go get more alcohol.
Yeah. One little more bourbon in it.
Yeah, I've got a little bit in there already, but the so yeah, I've had a couple of leaks that I've been fixing, so yeah, that's been fun. But other than that, though, been doing the Final Fantasy VII hard mode this week. That's pretty much been most of it is just more Final Fantasy. Like I really like what they've done with the hard mode. It's really hard.
Yeah, the chapter select was also a good touch in general. Like I was happy that they went to that. So like you not only do you have like a reason to go through it because you have the extra books and music, but you can just kind of come and go from different chapters whenever you want.
Well, the thing is too, if you're just skipping all the cutscenes too, like in Emblem's case, like he can get back to where he was at in like 7 hours.
And also,
Yeah,
like, the
pretty easy.
tutorial pop-ups are gone.
Yeah.
Which is
So
another nice touch. So they really did streamline it.
You can skip the bike scene.
They knew.
They
fucking knew.
Yeah, they're like, well, we got to put it in here, but can we make it
fuck the
feel
bike scene.
good and that because the people will actually like it?
Yeah, I got my
nope.
kiss from Jesse. So I'm probably never gonna play it again.
I didn't so much that, but like even the final one, like I ate shit on that. The other one was fine. I thought that was fun because we got a new character out of it at least.
But okay, so yeah, that's pretty much been my week is trying to do a speed run on hard mode for the most part. That was fun. It was difficult. I was at 13 hours when everything died, and then the recording crashed because the OBS just was like trying to reconnect, can't, failed, rip, and then so
Yeah, Twitch was
recording just
mess.
closed off.
Everything was acting up.
So, and then I was just like, no. Otherwise, I probably would have been up for another 6 hours trying to do that, and then probably giving up like at one of the later chapters being because it would have been like 10 a.m. or something, and then that would have been banner night. So I would have probably went to bed. I would have messaged Chad, been like, I'm not gonna be on. See you at banner.
Like I'm done here.
But yeah, it was like at 3 a.m. So I was just like, okay, well, this is fate telling me to go get some sleep. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that answer. But yeah, so I still need to do the rest of the game, which I guess we can talk about in the spoilers part. But yeah, I'm just waiting for the next wall. Like some of the bosses just get really hard, either in a good way or a bad way. So I have one good way that I can talk about, and one bad way which Emblem has already experienced. But so with that, you guys want to get into super spoilers here?
Alright.
I'm down to into the realm of the spoiler world.
Okay, well, I'm putting up the topic name FF7. I'm just gonna say FF7R since I can't fit it all in. Or FF7 spoilers. People figure it out. We know we're talking about the remake. I don't have to type that. And I made an extra graphic for it. Yay! So if you need to turn it down and you need to mute or whatever, got you covered. Nice little spoiler alert.
Yeah, it's true.
So
Let me set that up real quick. It's very funny.
So yeah, I did just flip one around because I'm like, oh man, I gotta eat, and I've got like 30 minutes before time to start. I don't have like a good 20 minutes to sit and pick every little pixel that's right next to the Psycho Gundam to actually have it going the right way. I'll just flip it. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that makes sense. Close enough. That would be how they would do it if they were trying to save money. They just mass produced a spoiler version and they just flipped it the other way. But yeah, so official spoiler section now. Spoiler alert is up. Where do we want to start? Do we want to start with what the whispers actually mean now? The ending, the what? The Zack?
Oh, man. I was gonna lead with Snape kills Dumbledore, Han Solo dies,
That's
Darth
also
Vader's
their.
Luke's father.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I was gonna say like, isn't Snape Luke's father or something? I don't know.
So it's interesting. I'll just go off the last thing you said about Zach. I think there's a couple of ways to kind of look at it. Possibly, one of which might be that maybe they were just kind of tying in Crisis Core to the game, which would be interesting.
We'll get a remake of it.
See, I'm like, is it gonna be Crisis Core remake? Is it gonna be a new spin-off game? Like,
if not a remake, then a remaster. I could see that.
I'm curious to know if we're actually getting like 3 different timelines now. So you have the original timeline, you have this timeline, and then you have Zach Live timeline? Like that's kind of a weird one. What I'm kind of
Zach Live
afraid of.
timeline could literally just be a whole ass game. Oh,
Yeah, like
that's
that's
crazy.
like a whole series of games. You know, that's I don't know, Final Fantasy
What they could pull is what
18
they did for
or
a little bit
17.
of Final
There you go.
Fantasy 8. Remember where they were having those dreams of like Laguna and all that other stuff, those other characters?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They could have those be sequences in between like main chapters for 7 Remake.
Right, yeah, that'd be
And then
interesting.
eventually it would have to amount to something though, right? Like they would have to converge or they would have to be like side chapters that you could just access after a while.
Yeah, like the way they've set this up though, what I'm afraid, because again, the guy who's doing it, I forget his name, but he's the same guy who pretty much has done the story for Kingdom Hearts, right?
A lot of people are afraid of the Kingdom Hearts guy.
Yeah, I'm
I've been
just
seeing a
waiting
lot of that.
for something bad to go wrong. And I mean,
We already got it with the whole Whisper realm that we
yeah.
fucking came into.
Yeah, like you can
That
tell
was
that's
that was
his.
literally just Kingdom Hearts, but with ghosts.
Yeah. So that is pretty much his style right there. You
He
can
even
see
had ghost tornadoes. Remember in 3 they had those fucking heartless tornadoes or whatever that he had to fight. I forgot what they're actually called. But like even the way that they were doing some enemies in there, very Kingdom Heartsy.
I know what you're talking about. Is it the thing that Sora was fighting when they like first did the Kingdom Hearts 2 trailer? He was like in Traverse Town or
Yeah, and
3,
he got like swept
Yeah.
up in it.
in the Heartless Tornado or whatever. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, like I think I
They
mentioned it
rehashed
last week,
that
but
boss a lot, by the way, in that
yeah,
game.
the Whispers are just the embodiment of the sweaty Final Fantasy 7 fan base.
Yep. No, it's not canon.
Yeah, no,
they
for
were
real
trying
though.
to
As
keep the
soon
game
as
on track.
like there, I mean, again, my thing was when you made that comment, I was like, wait, what? What is Emblem? What? Like, is he actually making a? Am I getting like?
It's meta commentary.
Am I detecting spoiler there in that comment? But when I said like, I would like to have seen, you know, them actually have the Barrett scene. Like they kind of do it, but it's
Mm.
just he's in a different spot instead. So it's just like okay, so I was expecting that, but I kind of wanted to see the original, and then it's like oh, and then finally, like when I was getting close to where it revealed what they were, like I was just like, wait a minute, I killed those ghosts right before Wedge. No. And then everything just clicked, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, that's what we're doing." And then that's what
After Wedge
happened.
get pushed out of a window, by the way.
Yeah,
but
getting him yeeted down an elevator shaft.
yeah,
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
then there's that happens. So
It's almost like the ghost threw a fit like you're supposed to be dead.
yeah, like what are you doing
get
here?
out.
What are you get the fuck out?
You're never in the Shinra building. But yeah, Square literally gives you a boss where you just tell the player base to go F themselves, and then you just like jump ship out of the PlayStation timeline, or like
Oh my god.
they're
Yeah,
like, we're gonna do
pretty
whatever the
much.
fuck we want. Wet Biggs, he's alive.
And you did it. You did
Yeah.
it for us. It's in the story.
Yeah,
You fought the boss.
Because that's the
you know,
crazy
you
thing,
can handle
right?
yourself.
Like, there's no, at least as far as I know, there's no way for you to not fight the ghosts, even if you are aware of what they are. Can you even lose to them? Is there like a timer or anything, like a
I'm not
stipulation?
sure. I'm sure you could get a game over if they take enough damage, but
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's either you win or it's game over. And if that's the case, then yeah, the interactions that you have with the ghosts, at least in this one, are kind of predetermined. Like, there's no branching paths if you actually lose or like ignore them or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if they were actually going to go that far, because I was like, wait a minute. So I wonder if you could like, because I know like in Wall Market you have the branching stuff. So
Yeah,
Right.
and I haven't seen anyone put up videos about like alternate
Yeah.
outcomes of those yet. So I would assume not.
I hope the second game kind of delves into that some. Like I
Yeah,
think
that would be cool.
I think episode
Oh, yeah.
2 will really kind of be where the game is either going to be like pretty much Final Fantasy 13 or
Oh my god.
it's there's gonna be like a pretty interesting open-ended kind of thing. That'll be cool.
They were talking about how open and like unknown it's gonna be with all their big talk in the end. It almost reminded me of like when they were doing trailers for like Metal Gear 3 and like 4, when it's like, oh yeah, hiding in plain sight and it's a whole open world, and they're using all these weird terms and shit. You know how weird some of those trailers can get.
Oh yeah.
But it's like that, but it's in character dialogue. As they're all just like looking at the camera, looking out on a horizon. It's like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like the unknown. Stay tuned for the unknown story or whatever. It's like what? You know, like they're full on like, okay, they've embraced this. Let's go, dude. Like they're hamming
it up.
I want to see where it goes.
Imagine looking at that outro for your game, and then you're working on part 2, and it's just like, okay, how the fuck are we gonna do that?
Oh yeah, right.
I feel like it's gonna be a hot minute till we get that. I don't think anyone's really talked release dates yet, but I think it's gonna be a minute.
Oh, for sure. They got to make a whole new game. I would like to see something like if they're going to play around timelines. I don't think like I doubt this would happen. I think it'd be really cool because I really like games that use that kind of system. But have you guys played Majora's Mask?
Yeah.
I really like games like that. So like Majora's Mask, Final Fantasy 13 versus or Lightning Returns, Ephemeral Fantasia. Stuff like that kind of have a kind of time manipulation mechanic to it, kind of where you essentially like live through a similar time, or like maybe like with the game being the way it is, maybe we want to make a more like a Prince of Persia thing make more sense or something, or you like replay chapters to change things or whatever. But it'd be cool to see something like that since they're kind of delving. It seems like they might be dipping into timeline stuff.
Yeah, it was kind of like that's where I'm like, a lot of times I don't like when I see time get into pretty much anything, but sometimes it's nice to watch or even look at or do. So, you know, sometimes it's a really cool thing, and then sometimes it's a show that's taken too seriously, that's like trying to take itself too seriously, that it becomes a shit show. So it's like, which one is this going to come out to be if they go that route? You know, like. Oof.
Well, I mean, as long as Cloud doesn't end up being his own grandfather or some dumb shit, like,
right.
I think I'll be okay for the most part. Like I'm calling it right now. Zach is gonna be a party member.
See, that's what I'm like. I don't know how I feel about that. Like Zach's just suddenly now gonna show up in the same timeline. I'm like,
oh hey guys, I just had minor. All those bullets were non-plot bullets. They were battle bullets.
Yeah.
They don't kill anybody.
You know, I was already dead, but you know, because you beat Fate later, no big deal. I'm back. Like that's the weird one. That's where I'm like, okay, now you're going. I'm all for like a third timeline being created because you did that, but like the
Cloud
second
gets to
one,
play
I'm
third
like,
wheel again before they even get into the live stream.
It's just like Zach literally can't show up. Like I agree with you there. Like if they put Zach in after Cloud falls in, like Cloud's in a wheelchair and Zach's like, you know how you wanted to have Sid as the main character? Well, we're gonna have black hair Cloud. And you know, then we're playing as Zach.
Cloud if he was a shonen protagonist. And that's some goofy edgelord that's
Cloud's not a shonen protagonist.
Into a good boy.
Wait, what?
He's like the shonen anti-hero. He's the Sasuke of the group. He gets a little bit better once he gets into Let's Mosey mode, but we're not there yet.
But yeah, like the yeah, I don't know. The Zach thing is my only like. I'm like, yeah, I'm all on board. But as soon as they did the Zach thing, I'm like, well, that's cool. But I'm hoping this is just a spin-off, because if he just suddenly shows up next game, I'm gonna be like, calling BS a little bit, because you already would have seen him dead. He already did.
Well, in Crisis Core, I mean, didn't he like drag Cloud into Midgar? Like at the
He
very least.
dragged him right outside
Yeah.
of it, and then he fucking died.
Yeah, and then that was just
Yeah, because
it.
like I think what we've seen so far doesn't change a whole lot from like it doesn't confirm that Zack could be alive.
Could you
right?
imagine if the opening is literally him collapsing, Cloud waking up, and then they just had that scene all over again of him being like, "I'll be your living legacy" and all that shit? Like
I
that'd
mean,
be wild.
I mean, yeah, that could be the. Some people said that it's like they didn't want to show
Just the
the same
dick people.
scene because, in like the bullet holes and everything, because like
Yeah, I've got it on
China.
YouTube right now. Zack is pretty bloody.
I was gonna say like yeah, that's the other thing. They didn't want to show any blood in the game because China. So
Right.
I mean, maybe in the cutscene he's supposed to be almost dead, but we don't really get that from that cutscene. So, so that's going to be the real question: is like the intent that he's full bloody there, or is it not? That's been one of the other things that I've heard too. Is it's like, yeah, but why would they go out of their way to be like shiny and look, we're walking and it's all happy now, no big deal. So I don't know. But
We'll just have to see.
yeah,
Because I mean, if that turns out to be, if that turns out to be their big like psych moment, like, oh no, he's dead. They were just doing that for the drama. Then it's like, oh, so that timeline is just entirely gone now. Because they haven't even really had official confirmation of what other people are assuming, and it's that Aerith is like some weird transdimensional time witch or some shit.
She's acting real meta this time around. Like she definitely knows more. She's letting on.
Oh yeah.
Well, the
and
interesting
then
thing about it
listen
is
to
that it could just
Sephiroth.
literally be that she's like been demented by the whispers for a hot minute, and the same way that she transfers like information to other people, they've done to her, and that's like maybe why she can do it too, because they're just part of the planet.
Well, and then look at Sephiroth though. Like he's definitely like I feel like he's he's definitely talking way too meta. Like he's like, okay, so now you're gonna beat Fate for me. We have to work together here. You beat Fate, and then I can win. No big deal, right? Right, Cloud?
Well, I wonder who's
Yeah.
shown. Well, it seems like Sephiroth might have been showing them like what was going to happen in the original game. It was almost like Sephiroth's like, hey, bro, this shit sucks. Like, I call in a meteor, kill one of your waifus, all this stuff happens. You don't want that stuff to happen. I don't want this stuff to happen. You should fuck up the fan base, and we should just we should go Doctor Who and just get out of this timeline. I think that's something they do in Doctor Who, right?
Sephiroth is like the ultimate like fan base nerd.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yes.
Sephiroth, the game is Sephiroth wrote his own fan fiction for Final Fantasy VII, and he's like,
Cloud, you need to co-sign on this right now.
like we're playing my fan fiction of Final Fantasy VII. Bump the original. Instead of a meteor.
Someone in my chat's like, is Jesse dead? My dick needs to know.
No, and like so
asking
here's
for a friend.
asking for a friend. Yeah, asking for a friend. So yeah, speaking of that too. So Biggs is alive somehow, and then in chapter 12, because I just got there, or 13, whatever, in hard mode, just got there, and one of the comments I hear is, like from Barrett is like, "How's Biggs and Jesse?" But they weren't doing too good.
No,
they were in pretty rough shape, and I'm like,
they were literally at the epicenter of that collapse, and they both had death scenes.
I'm pretty sure those were death scenes, not pretty rough shape scenes. I'm just saying. But okay, apparently they were pretty rough shape scenes. Okay, so that's different. And then of course Biggs at the end is like, "Yo, I'm alive. What's up, dude? How's it going? How's it going, son?" It's like I'm in this room, and I'm like, I'm calling BS there on that one a little bit. What? Like, how do you even? Like what? Oh, actually, never mind. You know what? I think I know what happened. When it collapsed in the cutscene, didn't we see like the cat show up.
Kate Sith.
Kate Sith, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like a hot
Oh
moment,
my
he's like,
gosh.
no. And I was like,
When I
why
saw
are
that-
you even here? What do you mean?
Right, that's what I was saying. Like people who have never played this game is like
I'm not gonna know who the
version-
fuck's this little furry
what's
doing
this
here?
fucking
Like-
cat doing here? Like, who
Yeah.
are you?
Like, what is this shit? Who are you?
Chat brings up a pretty interesting thing though. So if we got the assumption that Sephiroth played all of Final Fantasy VII the original, maybe he like got to the final part of the game when Eris gets working via live stream pushes the soon to be Eris. Like I was just assume whenever the plot swirls rise out of the planet and push Meteor away or whatever, Eris is behind it. I feel like the game is heavily implying that that's something that's happening. So
which would mean Sephiroth wants her to not die?
maybe that'd be a hot take. I honestly want Eris to die.
I mean,
personally,
does he
but
still?
it'd be interesting.
I mean, the question is, if she dies, then does he just lose? Like, is that kind of the ultimate like? So if she doesn't die, then somehow I win. Kind of is his idea. So that's
he has
like
to figure out the rest of that after they get past.
So
that
everything
point.
just plays out the same, but instead of him being a total douchebag and penetrating her, he just cuts off her ponytail. Instead, the holy materia is right in her headband. I mean, Eris doesn't even hide it. Like she's like, "I've got a materia too," and she like turns around.
It
and
doesn't work.
She shows off her headband or whatever.
It's funny because you don't see the materia, you just see like this bulge under. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I know what that is.
Notice
But
his bulge, ooh.
ooh.
All the fans just like, nice headband or nice hair ribbon, girly.
It's like, I'm sure it doesn't work for magic because it's a fucking headband. For how spacey she was in the new one, like I wouldn't be surprised if she was just like thinking it was materia and it was literally just part of her bow.
Oh yeah, and then another thing too, the little dimension with Sephiroth there at the end. You have 7 seconds. It'll be over. And it's like,
oh yeah, someone else in chat was bringing up the idea that her goal is to not die, and it causes the meteor to get closer. So that would tie in with the countdown he talks about. If he ever brings it up again, then we know for sure that that's like our moniker for how much time we have left in the game.
oh, yeah.
And if we're gonna get like another part after the second one.
Look, if Cloud needs a little bit more time, I know these 4 giants that are really good at keeping things.
I mean, we're already crossing dimensions, right? We can go over there and go get them real quick.
No big
Yeah,
deal.
he's got to go through a few temples,
No biggie wiggy.
But yeah, so let's see what else can we get into real quick. I mean, the ending with Zack is the biggest thing that just like I'm just like, what?
Yeah, and I just read the video.
Real talk, that's some Kingdom Hearts level like foreshadowing slash like subtlety.
Here's a hot
like
take.
You have no idea what the fuck it is until you come back and you're like, why didn't I see that earlier?
Well, that's another thing. I'm just noticing some random comments. Like, none of this is actually anything useful, but it's just funny now that I'm playing through it on hard mode. Like, I hear somebody that I walk past be like, "Oh, here's this funny thing that actually was part of something that you probably should have paid attention to," and I'm just like, "Oh, well, it's kind of a funny comment. It has nothing really bearing to the story, but yeah, she was commenting about those dudes that show up in like 30 seconds here when I get past this cutscene. Okay, cool." It's just little things like that.
That's a good thing about the NPCs all being voiced and having like stuff that you can listen to on the side, like a lot of foreshadowing, a lot of just like in the world, like, hey, these guys exist. They didn't just like pop up out of nowhere. People saw them going to like their destinations and shit.
Yeah, so it's really cool. I do think it's funny though that you first do the first like helping thing, and it's like, yeah, news travels fast around here, Cloud, and literally the first guy you walk into, whoa, did you hear about Cloud like killing that dog or the creatures or whatever the first side quest was? And it's just like,
that's like the Elder Scrolls lesson, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the hero of Kavach.
So yeah, that was good. But let's see. What else? So all the side quests, you guys actually get some of the like materia and stuff. I guess we can talk about item side quests and stuff like that.
Before I lost my progress, I think I had every materia.
Oh, for the battle intel?
Yeah, like the elemental, you get one in
I still
4.
have to do the Bahamut fight.
Yeah, I remember you were talking about the other day, Gustav. And you were saying like some like things I guess that you had heard for the fight, but I don't know. Bahamut's really relentless, but I
It's a
wasn't
DPS
max
check.
level. Yeah,
Is what it
I
is.
wasn't max level, and I did it with Cloud, Tifa, and Barrett,
Mm.
and like I only had to redo it a few times. Like Barrett seemed fine. It's like I know you said something about like people using Eris or something like that, but
Yeah, but I was like, man, I'm gonna use Barrett. I got so used to him just being in the back doing everything. He's been
Just
my carry for a lot of stuff.
Lifesaver is really useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's turned Barrett's like an HP sponge.
Oh yeah, that's how I'm doing hard mode right now. Like the Reno and Rude fight, like that one, I'm like, okay, I think they're doing some new stuff here that I don't actually know if that's new stuff, but either way, Barrett, have fun, tank it all. So like, and then Reno just like, bam, hits him, and then Rouge is like, boom, 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 just punching the ground, and Barrett's just like flying around, getting knocked all over the place. I'm like, okay, Cloud's built up enough ATB. Do something, Cloud. Okay, Tifa, time to punch real quick. Okay, back to Barrett. Please don't aggro them and one-shot them. Okay, here we go. You know, that's pretty much how I did that entire fight with both of them going. It's just like, yep, Barrett health sponge, no big deal. Use prey every now and then.
Compared to the hard mode shit, Bahamut should probably be pretty easy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because
It's just a
the
DPS
only
check.
one that I've done so far for the solos is Barrett. Cloud I couldn't get through. I got close, but I couldn't get all the way.
So when he does the countdown of pretty much his OP AoE of death,
just dump all the stagger on him pretty much.
You have to just deal like sheer amounts of damage, and then once you get like the stagger up to, and I think physical seems to work best. So like doing like Tifa with the metal and Cloud with the hard edge.
Bahamut's always been like a fuck all your magic. You just have to, strength for strength kind of fight. So
yeah, so I actually used
Barrett took the brunt of those mega flares, man.
Oh my god.
Lifesaver. Barrett be chilling at 1 HP and everyone else be like about mid. And it was
everyone's just like, what happened?
Yeah, like
I love you.
So I actually did the wrecking ball for Barrett as a weapon on that fight. Yeah, so pretty much you just have Barrett just stand over there and be like, I'm blocking, I'm dying, I'm blocking, please somebody heal me. Okay, cool, thanks for the cure. I'm blocking. And then finally, then Bahamut goes into like, here's number 5. You want to hit me right now? You got like 30 seconds before 5 goes off. And you just run over and you just start hitting him with everything you got. And then like once you build up the stagger gauge to so far, then he gets pressured and you can actually do a stagger build up and then boom, you pop the stagger. And that's what you got to do each time. So then next time he'll be like, okay, here's 5. I'm charging up for 5 again. And then you got to break that. So, and then like, I think the lower he gets, the harder it is to actually do each of those phases. So it's like a DPS check that you got to do like 3 or 4 times, and that's pretty much the easiest way I've found to do it. But like that was my way of getting through it. So
I really noticed like the thing you're talking about with the countdown. Like I just figured it was just a thing they do. Like in other Final Fantasy games when you fight Bahamut.
Yeah, it's always a countdown
for Mega Flare.
Yeah.
So I just figured it was more of that. So I just beat on him. He's fast and relentless though. Like his attacks, like he has attacks that can't be guarded. He hits a lot.
Also the fact that the ghosts turn into their own form of Bahamut, that you get to pretty much just see all of his bullshit.
There were ghosts. I don't remember.
Good luck with that.
Did you not get Bahamut?
Hard.
Did you not
I
get
got
Bahamut
Bahamut.
in hard mode or at the end fight, like the tree?
The tree.
You
The
know,
tree?
I call it the tree. I call it. It looks like a big
Oh,
wooden
the whisper
fate.
boss thing.
The fate.
Yeah.
The,
I see.
yeah. I call it the fate tree. Like I just the
Okay.
reason why I started
thought you
calling it
meant
the
the
fate
Bahamut
tree.
fight.
No, the reason why I call it the fate tree is because of like somebody was like, "Oh look, it's so and so like dark something skin Maokai," and I was like, "Oh yeah, it kind of does look like Maokai from League of Legends. No big deal." But yeah, so like the red, orange or yellow or whatever, blue or whatever the color's green. Was one of them green? I can't remember now. But the when you're attacking those, like if you don't like actually kill them fast enough or something, they'll transform into Bahamut. So, and then you got to take out the Bahamut version of them just to get back to start doing the normal version of them. And yeah, so that was annoying.
That was cool.
But so there's that fight. That's the next wall on hard. I don't even want to know what's gonna happen when I get to that point. That's gonna be gross.
But yeah, I mean, the bigger thing for me for the Bahamut fight was just making sure everyone was leveled. I know you guys said you could do it under leveled, but it didn't take long doing like one sequence or two on hard.
Oh,
and they were
yeah.
all maxed out.
Yeah. They give you
So
double
yeah,
XP.
that'll be
stuff.
next for sure.
Well, that's the other big thing too. Like I was saying, you can just throw it on easy emblem and get through the game in like
Hell
5
yeah,
hours.
dude! I'm telling you right now, I am 1000% playing it on easy mode to get back through to the end. There's no difference.
Yeah, then you just get then you get super XP and then boom, you're there in like a day. You know, just if you have a day where you're doing nothing at all, you're back to where you were. Whereas like if you're doing it on normal, you'd have to do like maybe it's like 12 hours or something at that point. Like that's what I've been watching some of the speed runs, being like, so what am I doing dumb? Because I figured I might as well try to get a little homework done on that. Because there's some fights that I didn't even think about skipping that you could just run past a couple of fights and not even do. I'm like, oh
yeah,
duh.
Didn't really make it clear, or I just skipped the tutorial thing that running from fights is an option. But yeah, that is a thing. I will say though, I hope in episode 2 that it doesn't follow the same like side quest structure. I want stuff to be missable. Like I don't want to run into Yuffie in the middle of a town or whatever. I still want her to be like that random fight you do.
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah,
in the environment and stuff like that. Like
because I was gonna say the central hubs for the regular side quests and like being able to see them and it like warning you before you move on. Like I think that's nice. But yeah, for like side stuff like Yuffie, I think that should still stay like something you actually have to find.
Right.
Yeah, that for sure.
I just wonder, like, how do you guys think they're gonna do it? Because I mean, the structure of the game makes sense for Midgar. Because I mean, in the first game, you pretty much were on rails all through the Midgar section.
Yeah, that was all linear as fuck. Like they let you wander around a little bit more. Could in the old game, and it meant a little bit more. But yeah, it was still ultimately, and that kind of ties in with the whole fate thing, right? Like you're on rails on purpose. The entire point at the end of the game is to break off it, and it's supposed to allude to the overworld and all this other shit too.
I just can't wait to go snowboarding.
Well, then
I'm not looking forward to having to hear that Gold Saucer theme all the time, though.
Bro, Gold Saucer is going to
better
be lit.
It better sound entirely different than that track.
How the weapon fight's gonna work, man?
Oh my god, it's gonna be wild. We're gonna literally see how much they look like those mobile suits that they reference.
For real.
That's just gonna look nuts. Finding a giant New Zeal for like, oh my god.
The Zeong fight second time around. I don't know. I don't know what was different.
Fuck
like,
that.
I did that on hard mode.
I'm not looking forward to that.
I one shot that one pretty much. Other than getting hit by the one shot that actually killed me the first time. But like,
did you keep the modules on or did you take them off?
Oh, I took stuff off. Fuck doing that on hard without taking anything off.
Did you just take the AI or did you get any
I
big bomb bugs?
I got the AI and the bombs. Screw the materials. It can have all of its like supplies that it needs. It's not one shot at me.
You have to do the first item though, right? Because like when I was replaying.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have to do the first material. Yeah, that's right. So I
I was
got
gonna ask
one.
you if you were able not to do that.
Oh, I got less keys that time. So I guess
It
it's
seems
random.
random.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Like,
when I
I
played
got
through it again,
7 the
I got
first time.
a different amount of keys. Yeah, because I only got like I think 5 or 6 the first time I played. But we were talking about this. Like you definitely got
Yeah,
more
I
keys
got
than I did.
7, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm looking at it right now. Here's my screenshot. Like, I've got like 4, like 2 and 1. Like, I don't know, I don't know what or whatever. Yeah. So it's just like, yeah, that's a thing. So, and then this time through, I only got like 5, and I'm like, crap, this is bad.
And then you get to the fire, and you're like, oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I died once to like the big beam hitting me, and then a flamethrower
You know
hit
what, though?
someone
Like,
else,
I
and then someone else got shot and I was
expect at
dead.
least one fight, 1 loss per boss, depending on difficulty.
Yeah, so like that I mean but that was just me being bad, you know. And then the new mechanic, I don't even know what the new mechanic was, so I missed it. So I'm just like, it's flying around, it's a fire and it's laser, run, Barrett.
You DPS too hard. If you don't kill it fast enough, it turns into the perfect airbuster and grows legs.
No.
That'd be amazing.
Dude, I love
Holy
just the
shit.
whole reference to Zeong with that. Like, it's just amazing.
It's so blatant and it's hilarious. Because it looks good too. Like, they didn't have to make it look good, and they did.
Oh yeah.
Like, it could have just scooted around on that platform. It's like, oh no, this bitch can fly. That's full on Zeong. Hand bits and everything, get out.
Oh yeah, the hands go around, they're just like, brrr, and I'm just like, oh no, they're shooting lasers. And it's just like, oh man, like pretty much all I did though, and here's the key to hard mode, because hard mode, one thing I missed, I got the items thing, all right? I was like, wait a minute, but I couldn't use items. Why am I able to use items in like the VR fights? You can still use items versus like Bahamut and stuff in hard.
Oh
So,
yeah.
So I was like, well, this is weird, and then I get out of it, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe what Emblem said was, because I didn't read it. All. I'm like, let's get in hard mode. This is supposed to be hard. Let's go. You know, I'm not gonna read it. I'm gonna find out the hard way. And I was like, maybe Emblem was talking about something else. And then I start my speedrun timer, and I'm like, wait, oh no, I can't use items. This isn't good. and then it's
better start finding those crates to smash.
And then, well, I mean, like you can't. Well, I mean, smashing crates doesn't do anything for you other than. Well, wait, you do get the
Mako shards.
Yeah, you do get the
Mako
Mako shards. Oh crap! I'm an idiot.
Duh. Fucking.
I don't want to talk about it.
Did you stop breaking the boxes?
Oh my gosh! I was like, I'm gonna go break the boxes. Don't do it. Oh man. So. Okay, so that makes it a little easier. But yeah, I was literally being like, I gotta conserve all my MPs, so I need to use 1 fire to take out 6 enemies. So let's
I mean,
go.
there's also like some weapons regenerate MP over time too, right?
Yeah.
So
I was just like mithril everything. Let's go. And that's how I was doing it all the way through. And before we go to like Hell House and hard mode, and that's what I want to ask you, Gustav. How much do you want to know about some of the fights on hard mode? Like, are you going to go do hard mode?
I'm thinking about it right now. I did the first like bombing run.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I'm thinking that ultimately I'm probably going to wait to do a full-on playthrough until we get closer to part 2.
Okay.
Right now I'm just focusing on the simulator and doing Bahamut. And once I do all those challenges, I'm probably going to shelve it until we get closer to part 2.
So do you mind me actually talking about how I beat some of the fights? Like, there's really only 2. It's just Hell House and
Hell House. I know is going to be awful.
Igor or Elgor or whatever the
yeah, those 2 are going to suck. Because you know what I got to do still? I still got to steal the fucking bladed scepter from that bitch because I didn't realize he had it.
I didn't do it, and then I didn't do it on hard mode, and then I didn't do it on hard mode on the last run.
Yeah, and my stupid ass is gonna be like, I might as well do it on hard mode. I know
that's what I
make myself do it that way.
And then I stole it every attempt, stolen attempt after attempt, stealing the weapon, and then the final attempt. We did it, guys. No,
I forgot. No.
Yeah, that was exactly the whole like.
Because you're too busy trying not to die, man. You don't want to.
Well, no, I just had this big moment of just like, I know how to beat this now. This fight's easy. Because I guess I'll go ahead and start there then, because I was going to say chapter 14 and then go talk
Yeah,
about
you can
Hell
do.
House.
It doesn't really
But
matter
but we'll
order-wise.
start there. I don't even want to know what the behemoth is going to be like in hard mode. Like that's going to be dumb. Like
That's
every
gonna
one
be
of those fights are
hilarious.
going to be a
Oh
new
my God.
or like new hard mode mechanics. Apparently, all the side quests in 14 have like their own hard mode boss mechanics because every side quest is its own boss at that point. Apparently,
Mhm.
so that just sounds like fun. Have fun, 100% speed runs. Good luck. Good. Um, but like,
That sounds
so
like a long grind.
oh my gosh, that just sounds dumb. Like Behemoth is gonna be gross. It was already kind of gross just playing on normal. Like I was afraid he was gonna do something, and then it was just like I bet it somehow kills you when it's bringing the like roof down or whatever.
Where do you
There,
fight Behemoth? Actually,
you know where
I think
Barrett,
that is in the game, right?
you know where Barrett's alone when you go get Wedge. You remember that section where Barrett, like you go down and
Can you
you
tell me
see
what
Wedge?
chapter?
It's 13. That's where I'm at right now, actually. In the hard mode is so you follow the cat down to where Wedge is, and you fall through the little like grate there, and then you're
Yeah.
underground,
When
and
the
then
city's destroying.
yeah, when the city's destroyed, yeah, this is just right after he punches the wall, and
Okay,
then the
Yeah,
cat
the
he's trying to
freezes
pre
find
lab.
everybody.
Yeah, so now
Yeah,
you're in the
okay,
lab,
okay.
and you right before the what are they? The
Oh,
failed experiments. There's the caution
slashed up
tape.
wall or whatever.
There's the
Okay,
spoiler
I needed to
tape.
fight them.
There's the spoiler
Okay,
alert
yeah.
tape on the wall where you hear
Okay.
and the whole thing's like something's hitting the wall or something, and it's
Mhm.
like keep
Mhm.
out, and it's like I was
Yeah,
like
like follow it down.
I thought it was one of the entire time was just all of the failed experiments that you fight at the end of that chapter, which is where I'm at now,
Mhm.
and that boss is a pain. You know, it's
Okay.
poison.
Yeah, because that's the quest, right?
Yeah, so
So
that's the
the
quest.
interesting
Okay,
thing is
I
that
did
that's
that one then, yeah.
considered a
I
variant.
guess I just forgot.
I don't know if there's ever an instance where you fight a regular behemoth.
So yeah, I guess it is a
Behemoth is just a
variant.
variant of the swole dog. He's just extra swole.
Holy
He
crap!
never missed a workout.
Yeah, that's the dog, the swole dog experiment from China gone wrong. That's
That's the guard
bro.
dog.
Have
That's
you
a
have you
different
seen
thing.
those
Right, the
like?
Behemoth's like super swole dog. He's like
Oh
a
god,
double, triple XL swole dog.
that was like his dad.
Oh my gosh, have you guys seen though the what they're doing with the like super buff dogs? Like they're like beagles, like super buff beagles in China right now.
Beagles?
Yeah, they
Holy
like have these
Oh, no.
beagles that are like super ripped. They look like that cheesy photo of a ripped like bulldog or like whatever dog, you know, the like an actual dog. They look like one of those dogs that
Mhm.
are just like super ripped, only they're like beagles. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of horrible, but at the same time, I can't help but laugh at like swole beagles, dude. What in the world? But anyway,
How'd it get so muscular? Are they lifting? Or
they're
like,
they're trying to
how do they go?
genetically alter that kind of stuff is what they're working on
Just
right
like
now.
Interesting.
breeding
Okay.
and training in
Yeah.
general.
Well, no, they're actually
Take the
genetically
dogs to the
like
gym.
they're actually altering their DNA before they're
Splicing
born.
DNA.
Yeah, they're doing the splicing thing. But anyway, back to the spoiler thing with the behemoth. I don't even want to know what that because at the end it seems like it's bringing the roof down on you, and I'm like, oh no, it's not over.
Oh
And then
yeah.
it's like you have won, and I'm like, oh okay, never mind, we're good, okay, we aight, no big deal. I'm like, now I'm thinking about hard mode. I'm like, oh, there's a phase 2. The phase 2 that you don't get in the normal one. Okay, I know what's going on here now. I bet that's what
Well, it
happens.
should totally be the same, but just like a little bit tougher. Just there,
Yeah,
like, oh, I guess we all
probably.
right.
And then I'm like, okay, you debated me. No big deal. I see how it is, game. It's the second time this has happened. But back on the I mean, I kind of want to talk about that in Tonberry. I guess I'll say that. So
Oh my god,
Tonberry.
Tom Perry's gonna suck.
So Hell House. Do you remember what
I
Emblem
want to
said about
see.
hard
I
mode
want to see.
Hell House?
I want to see people's reactions to Tom Berry who have never played a Final Fantasy game but started playing Remake.
Oh my gosh, for real
Get
though.
dinked by that knife. It's like, what the fuck?
Tink, one shot, and then like the whole, you're dead. Like the
Yeah,
range
just like,
spell,
oh no.
like insta death
Yeah.
spell. It's just like,
Like, nah, you're done, dude.
so much if you have the I live on 1 health no matter what. If you get shanked or insta cast death that you can't avoid, you just die. No big deal. And it's just like,
Better have raise on somebody.
yeah, you gotta have raise everywhere. Like raise and heal at all times, except for Igor. Because you just heal him back to full health. No big deal. It's not hard at all or annoying. No, but you end up have to use prey and stuff. But that's not even the worst part about it. I'll say that here in a second. But so Hell House. You remember what Emblem said happens on hard mode Hell House on the last podcast?
No, I don't remember.
Hell House at the beginning of the fight, after you hit it about 3 times and it does like one salvo of chairs, it's like, oh, by the way, I'm opening my door. Yeet 3 tonberries.
Oh my god!
Now they have reduced
Don't
health.
Don't an issue 4 out of 5 times though. Like, if you just AOE them, they die like instantly because they're all on top of each other. Because I would just use Blade Burst. And
I forgot about Blade Burst. After he said that, I was
Storm or whatever Eris's little AOE attack that she starts with is. And Cloud,
I see. Yeah,
Cloud
that wasn't during the
like,
podcast. That was yesterday when we were doing matches.
Well, no, that's when he said that's how he dealt with it, and I was like, oh, duh, yeah. I just was bragging last podcast about how I was like, oh, we're in the Coliseum and there's 8 dudes, and you know what? Aerith rolls up, the storm attack, boom, and kills all 8 dudes in the second fight of the Coliseum. You know, just one shots the entire pack of them, like Aerith OP. You know, like I didn't even think about using that the entire like hard mode run almost. Like every now and then I'd be like, okay, well here's a chance I can do this where I'm not dying. And it was just like, oh, why didn't I use that on those guys? So yeah, they're pretty easy to deal with once you figure out a way to AoE them. I was using triple slash, which ended up being a problem every now and then because Cloud would be like, I'm gonna hit the house now instead of the last one.
Right.
Oops. And then I have to get over there to it real quick.
It can be pretty frustrating when you mess up on it though, and like say one's left, and it dinks one of your characters, and then they I can't remember the name of it, but they have an attack where they pretty much bound your character.
Yeah, there's that too.
And
then I don't think it's that, but it's similar.
Yeah, it's like some kind of grudge related Tomberry themed kind of spell that they cast on you. But you're just like, oh, and Hell House is like, oh my wamo shinderu, and you just like house calls on you or something like that. And you're always at like 1 shot range or something.
And that was the thing with the house. Like you're already at 1 shot range most of the time in the original. Especially when it started flying around and dive bombing on your ass. So it's just this is gonna be
dive bomb is like 1 shot to Aerith and then like 99% health to Cloud unless you turn him into a tank, which is going to be the way I do it next time. But what I learned is, and then I just figured I could just use the Mithril Sword after that and just use what Emblem was saying now. But I actually beat it with the Mithril Sword. Is the last phase, it spawns the 2
Cutter and I think it's Gunner, 2 robots.
Cutter and Gunner from Sam's like side quest fight, which
it's total BS. Those things are relentless. Like you're getting pressured by Hell House and those guys. It's
so rough. You're essentially doing Hell House and Shear's counterattack and all this other shit. That's brutal.
Yeah. So like essentially the now with that though, what I found out is you get like 1 freebie to hit the Hell House before they actually pop out. So when I was doing it at first, I was like, okay, well, I gotta hit it with the spell, then I can go ahead and do some pressure. Well, what I wasn't paying attention to is when I first did my first focus attack, which you know the name of all the ones that build up stagger, is
focus thrust.
Yeah, so I would do focus thrust, and it would cause the house to go, ugh, and then fall over essentially. If you wait till it's like, because at first when it's pressured, it would just kind of like sit there. And it'll be like,
you're talking about when you use God mode primer?
No. So it's like when you first pressure it, so you just hit it, you know, it's in like lightning mode, so you hit it with wind. And then it's like, I'm pressured, and I'm shuffling around, and now I'm up God mode, right? That's what it does. So when you first pressure it, you can smack, it's shuffling around, then thrust, and then it's like, oh, I'm knocked over.
Yeah, I think you're talking about like repositions itself, right?
Yeah, like no.
Little shuffling thing.
I mean, it's just, it doesn't actually move anywhere. It just kind of shakes a little bit.
Gotcha. I'm just saying, like, I think what you're talking about has a name. Like, I think it's called God Mode Primer. Is
Oh wait, does it
because
actually
it's
say
not
primer?
reactivating the field,
Oh,
but
okay.
like it has a thing. So I think I know what you're talking about, and I think it's like called God mode primer.
Okay, maybe then
And
that's it.
it's like
I just noticed
and
that
it
it's
doesn't lose
got a
the
little
pressure effect.
shake. It like shakes a little bit when it's about to start the God mode. So it's probably God mode primer then. So like after you've hit it and it's pressured, you got a little bit you can sit there and hit it, but then you got to focus thrust it right before it turns on God mode because then you
Right,
can't do anything. But if you do that there, like while you're hitting it and it's pressured, you're building up a decent bit of stagger, and then you focus
right,
thrust, and then you get to hit it even more, and then boom, you're half of the bar. So you pretty much got to do that twice. So the first one you pretty much get free with no ads, and the second one you either have to have the ads on the other side of the house, and hopefully they don't go after Aerith, and then you do it and finish it off, and then pop your limit break and kill it, burn it with fire as fast as possible, and then it's dead, right?
right.
And that's pretty much the way you have to do that, and hope that Aerith doesn't somehow die. Now that's still got the RNG bad, mechanic RNG. I don't like when RNG is in a fight. But the other way to do it is you let the house kill them, and then go up in the air and do a second leap down and then kill the other one if it's still alive. And you got to survive through 2 leaps on the ground, which again was getting me half the time. And then finally I was just like, okay, we did it. We survived the first one and then we staggered it. Now die, you piece of garbage. I was ready for it to be over. But now I think I could probably do it in 3 times rather than, what was that, like 20 deaths? I don't know. It was like 2.5 hours is what I was stuck on that thing.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, man, I was throwing down.
and I was getting to that last phase though, just about every time there after a certain point, until I got too tilted and would die to the Tonberries at the beginning. Yeah, that was yeah, every time I would die to them, I'd be like, oh, breathe. You're tilted. Find your center. It is okay. We will burn this house. It will never bother us again one day. Until the
Everything
next
is
time.
fine. One thing that I don't know if you did, Magnum, with the dive bomb attack in the last phase,
Yeah.
like if you go into the rooms where the mecha came out of,
Yeah, I figured
you
that out
can dodge
literally
the
the last
attack
time.
entirely. Yeah.
Is what I was about to say. Like, and then I think you can go into those rooms. So there you go. Thank you for that. That was
Yeah,
gonna
I
be my
never.
next.
Every time I went to those rooms, I never got hit by the attack.
So that's what they're for. Oops. My bad. So that's where they
I,
come out at, I guess, then, is when it first goes up in the
I
air.
think so. I think in the normal Coliseum they spawn boxes in there for you to melee attack too, but I don't think they're there for the Hell House fight.
So
Yeah, the rooms are there's like little where the doors are that you come in through, you can kind of tuck in there and like separate so that it only nails maybe one of you unless it gets caught on like the corner, depending on like where it's approaching from. But yeah, you don't have like full on areas where you can just kind of duck out into.
yeah, see, I didn't
Right.
notice the room. So I was actually staying out there in the arena and like dodge rolling at the last second to get just this extra bit of distance between you and the house so that it barely, within like maybe a frame of you misses and stuff like that. And that's how I was trying to do it.
That's Monster Hunter habits.
Yeah, so I was just like,
Monster Hunter ruined me for this game because I was like, "Oh, you gave me a dodge roll. This should be good." And it's like, "No, they want you to block more.
yeah,
and they're
you
like
want to
forcing you to
guard.
block."
Oh,
And it's
for
like,
sure.
"This shit sucks. I don't want to block shit. I don't want
Yeah.
to think about that."
So like, there's some things you can dodge and it'll save you some time, but most of the time you just want to block it. Like that's the biggest thing I've learned, especially in the second fight. That was my wall. Was the Igor thing or Elgor? What is it, Igor? I keep saying one
I
or the
think
other.
I think it's supposed to be Elgor. One more
Elgor?
thing I was
Okay.
going to touch on before we switch off of Hell House is the dodges kind of brings it up. The dodging is a bit of a trap. Like Cloud kind of has to, but Eris can actually outrun all of
Yep.
well, except for like the dive bomb. Eris can outrun all of Hell House's dashing attacks. If you just don't get caught up in trying to dodge roll.
Yeah, if anything, you have to run with her because her little hop isn't really that great.
Yeah, her hop is super debate. But Eris got them feet, man. Like Cloud, I was never able to outrun of Cloud, but Eris is like, can't catch me.
Tromping around in those boots, like I don't give a shit.
Like,
Bye.
And Tifa is just like full on sprint mode all the time, and you can just
I
dodge
love
roll
her
if you
running
want.
animation.
You can do
Like
either or.
seeing the way she runs, that shit's hype.
Yeah, Tifa's gonna fuck you up. Like, you're gonna catch those hands.
So yeah, it is. Oh, the reason why I keep
Yeah.
thinking I'm seeing an E and a L and an I is it's Eligor.
Yeah, it's Eligor.
Okay. Oops. Got it. Anyway, that boss was a pain. Here's why. So the first mode, you know, it's there, you know, it can hit you with its paralyzing beam or whatever, sleep beam, and silence you if it hits you with its like spear and whatnot. And you know, that's cool and all. But then in second mode, it goes up in the air and cuts the box, and then it falls down, and
Yeah.
then it casts reflect on itself. That reflect then hits all of your characters, and that reflect on all of your characters is permanent. So if you heal one of your characters, you heal Eligor. If you
E.
if you cast once reflect is off of Eligor, though, if you cast any spell in Eligor, it gets reflected at the caster who has reflect on them.
Wow, they really made it
So
permanent too, huh? Like you can't disrupt
yeah.
it or anything.
So there's no way. So the only way I found, and this is my cheese, but I don't know, maybe this is how you're supposed to do it, is then he's like, I'm going to do the big spear attack. And I'm like, oh no, why am I so bad at dodging? Aerith is dead. What a tragedy. And then you swap the cloud. I wish I could have done more. I should have been there. I'm like, no, just res her. Now she doesn't have reflect. Now cast arrow on him, go, and then arrow in the air, and then blizzard on the ground, and that's how you have to do the second phase, is have them die, and then once the second
Just
phase is
have
done,
one person down.
well, like the thing is, like Eligor will recast reflect after so many seconds. Like essentially, I started thinking it was like when it realized that there was somebody that didn't have reflect, it would recast it. So like you got to get it out of the sky quick. And then once it's on the ground, it doesn't worry about it, and then you can just hit it with that character, whoever you have open with Blizzard, and then it's fine. So eventually, the last run, I just let Tifa die, who had Blizzard, Aerith had Arrow, and then I just would let Tifa be like, yo, I'm dead, what a tragedy. And then as soon as he gets on the ground, then it's just like Blizzard, or at the same time, before it went up in the air, I would do Blizzard, and then I would just, with Tifa, I found out you could just like punch it in the ass, and then it would like be like, hey, that's rude, and then it would like turn around and reposition, and you're just like dodge roll, and then start punching it right in the ass again. It's just like, hey, and you just repeat that like 4 times, and then you're like, okay, well, I've built up a ton of stagger, so boom, let's finish this. So that's pretty much how I dealt with that one. And yeah, at the end,
that's
you can
gotta
just
be
let
rough.
everybody die, so then nobody has reflect, because in the third phase, when you can actually steal the spear, by the way, is in the third one. So in the third phase, then I just let everybody die, and then everybody could just like go ham once everybody was up, and then I had everybody build up their limit breaks, and then I was just like, goodbye wheels, now it's staggered, and then everybody limit break on it all at the same time. Well, Aerith had to fire her laser, but close enough.
Ray of Judgment.
Pretty much. So that's as far as I've gotten as far as hard bosses. And now the failed experiment is the next hard one. And I'm trying to figure out whether it's just I haven't figured out an easy way to beat it, or if this is another dumb wall. But it seems like Tifa will just be like, I can go punch it, right? And then it's like, I explode. And Tifa's like, I'm instantly dead. Oh no. And I'm just like,
oh no,
really?
oh no, I'm dead.
And I'm like, okay, Tifa, run, hide behind a box. Okay, it's doing its attack. Now swap to Barret. Barret, what are you doing? Why are you running out? Stay behind the box. Tifa, hide behind the box. Barret, hide behind the... Because they keep trying to go out and attack it, and then it explodes, and then one of them dies. And I'm like... So yeah, and then also then you can't just tank its like half of its attacks, because it's like, by the way, you're poisoned, and this poison ticks for like 240 health a second. No big deal. So you just watch like, you know, you have Barrett's giant health bar of 9999, and it's just like, and I'm like, whoa, slow down there. And so you have to have like poison immunity and stuff like that. So I'm actually using cleansing now, and that's what I'm going to be doing maybe after this. Is
I think there's an accessory for poison too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you. I've got 2 of those. I can just be immune to it. I'm dumb.
Yep.
Well, that's one fix, so I don't have to worry about the poison now. So thank you guys.
So I feel like that's another thing hard mode's gonna force you to do is like you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
just stack your stats with your accessories. You actually got to start you actually got to start switching shit around for every fight.
I will
Once you
say,
get your
though,
cheeks clapping and realize what you need.
with Aerith, and I think I might even do this for Tifa for that fight. Just use the cog wheel. That thing is gross. You're just like,
Yeah.
I'm spamming MP and limit break. So with Aerith, it was just like, I want to just have heal every 10 seconds. No big deal.
Just put cogwheel on everybody.
Which one's Cogwheel?
It's the when you spend MP, you get limit bar increase.
Oh, I use the one that does it for ATB gauge. I feel like I always have Tifa's limit breakup. She generates it so fast.
I might
Like
not
I like
have
to
that.
do
What is that one
I
called?
usually have
You get
first
it-
strike on for it.
I think
so,
it's called a transference module.
Yeah. Okay. I got one.
I
I'd
think
have
you
to
get it
look.
from the box mini game, Magnum.
It's true.
Oh,
It's either that or
then I probably have
trading
it.
in Moogle medals. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I've got all this
transference is
stuff.
from. Yeah, the second version of the box thing is where you get the transference.
yeah, my go-to with
Okay.
Tifa is like I have a transference module on. I have materia where whenever you use 2 abilities, it boosts everyone else's ATB gauge, and I just like bot people and just double power on Tifa, boost up everybody else's ATB gauge, and just spam ATB as far as I can, and just like do limit breaks and stuff. If you go really hard, you can. I have whatever the thing that gives you 3 ATB gauges is on Tifa.
Yeah, refocus. Yeah, refocus
So
is gross.
yeah, refocus. So
Actually, I use the
you
one
can
on
do a whole lot.
use the one on Tifa though, where I can just be like
ATB
focus
charge
strike.
or whatever.
Yeah, like where you use 1 ATB and you get like half of it back, and then you're just like focus strike, focus strike, focus strike, focus strike, focus strike, and then you gotta like punch once, focus strike. And it's just like you punch once and then you just use whatever, and then like you do the unbridled, and it's like like for some reason it doesn't give you as much, but then by the time you actually use Omni Strike, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, it's full again. So then unbridled, Omni Strike, unbridled, Omni Strike, unbridled, Omni Strike. It's just like that one. I don't know which
Full
one
attack.
that is, but that's one of the actual materia though. So you combine the materia with one of the items or whatever, and then that would be like gross. So if you just do both, that would sound that sounds crazy. But I mean, it really
Everyone
feels like I'm using a lot of the purple stuff.
Yeah, you really gotta
purple stuff.
get
Yeah.
that perp.
Yeah, a
Max
lot
out
of
your pedometers.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, after you get into hard mode, I guess that doesn't matter too much, but still, yeah, just for the sake of having it, because it's good for when
Shoot,
you're
that raise material takes forever. Give me that double.
Oh my god,
please.
that
Oh my
raise!
gosh. Yeah. Well, the thing is, me and Gustav were like trying to
My
get it
dumbass
done
is like, man, I
before-
should have just
And that's why I was saying, I was
wish
like,
I would have waited on that.
I was like, yeah, like I think you were already there almost when I hopped into your chat. You were just like in the
Yeah.
thing, and like I've got like 500 more, and I'm like, I know I was there too. I know exactly the feel, because I was like, well, I just got like 500 left. Let's just grind some more out. Why
Knock
not?
it out, yeah.
And then it was just like,
It's like, oh, I could have just did it in hard mode. It would have been there in like 2 seconds. Fuck.
yeah, that's the thing I'm doing.
Like seeing how fast everything else that doesn't have as much of a threshold has been going up in hard. Like,
Like
my
that's
feelings.
exactly what I'm gonna do before the next like full run of this. Is I'm gonna go through and level every materia I have up and be like, I got 4 of each. I got 2 of all the purples. I got all of this done. Everything's maxed out. I have this weapon set now. I have the mithril one for Tifa at this fight. I have this one for Tifa at this fight. I have the metal for everything else, because that's just broken amounts of damage from Tifa. Just on a normal non-staggered enemy, like 2,000 every Omni Strike. It's just no big
Yeah,
deal.
and you might as like when it comes to building up your extra material, you might as well wait until you actually have hard mode like all the way done, because then you can just pick the chapters that are a bit easier to get through, and you can just do it for the rest. Because hard mode's gonna force you to switch out a lot of that shit. You can't really just use it solely for grinding if you're actually like going through it.
Oh yeah, grind and easy first. Just do it. Just turn your brain off.
Yeah, there's
so
like
you don't,
no benefit
you don't
for it.
Yeah. So like just grind it out in easy, and then go into hard mode and be like, okay, I've grinded out everything. I got 4 of every materia, like 2 of every one of the purple ones maxed out now, so
Yeah.
that you can get 100%.
We good.
And then go hard. Like that's the way to do it. Which right now I don't even have all my stuff grinded out, and I'm just like, well, came this far. Let's finish this off. No big deal. So I mean, which with like Barrett though, with the what's the last weapon? I forget what it's called, but with that last weapon, it's got so much health
Big
on it.
Bertha.
Is it Big Bertha is the last one?
I
It's
think so.
EKG
Something
can
like
or
that.
something.
No, yeah, it's the EKG.
Oh,
that's
is
what
it? What am I thinking of? What am I
Big
thinking
Bertha
of?
is like
Is that
the
something
third
else?
one. Big Bertha is the one that
Oh,
I
Yeah,
use
Big
for
Bertha is
damage.
before you get the cannonball and stuff too.
Yeah, Big
Oh,
Bertha is the
okay.
big damage one that is for
I love
range.
Big Bertha. That's my favorite for him.
But I'm using EKG now just because I can use 1 purple HP and be at like 9979 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, no
I mean,
big deal.
EKG I had because I got it in the. Is it the Shinra building or is it like before it?
Yeah, you give the mayor 10,000.
Yeah, for that.
Or
No,
the
his
dude outside.
assistant.
Yeah, the
His
assistant 10,000.
assistant for
Yeah.
the advice. The advice is booty, but the weapon was amazing. So I'm glad I did that.
Yeah, I was like, wait, so I can just say no. What does that do? Is this a way that I have to spend 10? I mean, at this point I got a bunch. Why not? And then I'm like, I got a weapon. I was like, wait, so would I get the
Oh,
weapon
well, that works.
otherwise? And then chat was just like, no. I'm like, oh,
No.
well, then I'm
Well,
spending
damn.
10,000.
Yeah, try to tell me to go back to him too. Like I was literally like,
Like,
bye.
but the
I didn't even talk
weapon.
to him, man. I didn't even talk to him to know you could spend 10,000. I was like, all right, done talking to the mayor. Bye, Butler, and I was move on.
Oh yeah,
I
I
was
was
like,
in
so
like
do you want to know about a weapon?
What
Yeah,
about
anything
this
like
big
that.
cannon you could have got?
yeah,
I didn't get
like
out of the library though, so at the very least.
but there was so I thought for a second that the robots meant something. I never figured out if there was actually something there in the
Or like the
library.
little cleaning butts?
Yeah, they were like mayor
The one
bad.
that was talking
Like,
about the bad Shinra's bad and all this stuff.
yeah, they're saying like Shinra bad, Shinra best, mayor bad, mayor death, mayor best, and I'm like, wait, isn't that what I'm supposed to be looking for? Oh wait, no, I'm actually supposed to talk to a dude that's gonna respond with best.
Yeah, the best.
And,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
So they were just there to remind you. That's kind of funny.
I guess I'm just like, what are these?
The
like,
Shinra bad one was like, oh, better not let anyone know about this one. They might try to disassemble them.
Sorry, robot, you're about to be disassembled. Feels bad. But so yeah, that's pretty much where I've gotten right now with hard mode is just right there at that one. So I don't even want to know what the like last boss is, or even the one boss that has like the 4 wheels that rotate, and what its extra mechanic's going to be. That's going to be a pain with is that a Aerith and Barrett fight? Is that
Oh, the little machine gun thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be some bullshit.
As long as the OP indestructible pillar stands tall, like if I can't be that hard.
Watch them not be there.
I was gonna say like they're just gonna get one
Watch
shot.
him immediately destroy it.
Yeah,
in hard mode, the Shinra building has poor structural support.
Yeah. Or just moreover, they get destroyed like right away. Like it does all of its big shit right at the beginning. It's just like, yeah, you don't get any of these.
Yeah, it's just
You
gonna
get
be
them like once. Because like the Scorpion did it for the debris.
Oh my gosh,
It
that
did, like,
last
2 laser shots, and it was like, nah, fuck that. You don't get these.
I know what it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be something. Oh my gosh, I really hope it's not there at the end. You know how it creates the 2 flame walls, and it's like, okay,
Oh
time
yeah.
to DPS, time to.
By the way, you
up.
have
Here
to
it
do
goes.
this right out of the gate. You hit me twice.
Gosh, that's
Now
gonna
you're just gonna deal with it.
like that. It's gonna have
Ray
like
judgment.
yeah, you're gonna have to like have everything ready right then for Barrett to like catastrophe and Ray of Judgment to go at the same time. And if you don't have those up right when it goes into that mode, you just like you don't have enough damage and you just have to restart the entire fight. That's gonna be it. Oh,
Let me
man.
control Red 13. Fuck.
Right.
Red limit break.
But yeah, that's gonna be a pain. I know that's gonna be a pain.
Red 13 will be cool as a playable character in the next game, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like we already
It's
see
really
the
interesting.
materia color and all that, so
Yeah, that's gonna be.
I
So
wonder what they're gonna do with him though. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, Red 13 How's he gonna be different from Tifa? I wonder. I'm sure he won't have the same unbridled and stuff like that. But I wonder what his special ability is gonna be. Because I mean, I don't know. Like, what is his like? Eris makes sense as a spellcaster. Tifa's got like martial artist stuff that makes sense. Cloud, Soldier Boy, sure.
Counter-Strike stuff, By the way,
Yeah.
counters are fantastic.
I like how
Other than that-
his last weapons move is just literally like big counter.
Oh yeah, that saved me so many times. I'm like, oh no, I'm about to get hit, but I paused it. Oh wait, that's right, I counter. ATB counter, boom, no big deal. I'm safe. Like that's
Straight up turns into a Fire Emblem character with that.
Yep. Like not only do you have the triangle counter, but now you have a ATB spending counter. It's just like I've got all the counters. Let's go, please. And then like every time I get to something, I'm like, is this counterable? I hope so. Oh no, it wasn't.
Hit me, bitch! I dare you. Oh no, he hit me though.
yeah, that's when it happens. I get hit by like some beam or something. But anyway, yeah, I don't know how Red 13 is going to be that much different. Other than just, I don't know, you just build up the gauge and do something. Maybe it wouldn't be like an unbridled where you stack it. You just build up the
They'll
gauge
come
and
up with
something
something,
happens.
I'm sure.
Here's a hot take from chat. Barrett will just be like Renoa and Angelo. He'll have Angelo Cannon where he just Red 13 and stuff like that.
Oh gosh. But what about some like assist thing? Kind of like.
He'll team up with Barrett. It'll be like how Vivi and Steiner use magic swords. I could see him being like an alternate spell type character, maybe. Like, because right now the only like focused spell character is Eris. So I don't know. Maybe Red 13.
He'll be our quote unquote red mage.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe. Because I mean, Eris did hit him with the plot palm or whatever. So
she literally Goku that dude. I was like, "Here's your memories." What's up with that?
No big deal.
We need a convenient plot device to explain some more stuff. Red 13.
It's like, I can't do it, but you can.
Explain the whisper. Go. But yeah, Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
That's a wrap.
So yeah, I mean, any other spoilers though? Do we have anything else?
I mean, we whipped out the big guns pretty early. The rest is just us talking shit on bosses.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't really know any other actual I mean, the big spoiler is the ending. Really, that's the big deal. Like anybody's like, so yeah, I'm afraid something's getting spoiled when you're talking about like the first 3 hours of playing the game. Just a normal playthrough, and it's like,
boy, howdy, are you in for it?
Shit, man. Anybody watched the trailer had the game spoiled for him? My God.
Oh yeah, for real though. I went back and watched the trailer, and I was just like, oh,
bruh, there's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, they actually kind of went into the. I mean, like, doesn't even in one of the trailers, doesn't even like Red 13 show up and say something like, I want to say he says the word whispers, and I'm like, oh, well, that's a.
I'm not super sure.
Like, I can't even remember, but I mean, I was just looking at some of that, and I'm just like, you're getting a little. Like then one of them like has Sephiroth going on a monologue pretty much through the trailer, and it's just like, this is pretty much just every quote from Sephiroth at the end of the game. Guys?
I mean, they pretty much do the opening to the very last Sephiroth fight too, man. When you fight him, I was like, bro, if they let me zombie slash right now, I'll be pretty hype.
That would have been legit. Oh man.
The minute they give you the reins against him, I was like, uh-oh.
I want to do the Avid Children slash. That shit was sick.
Well, that one of the scenes.
Oh yeah.
When you were trying to finish him off was very Advent Children.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw this out here. Since I started late with my stream, we've been at it for like 2 hours so far, and we haven't even started on the gun.
That's kind of yeah. I probably should have also said there will be a timestamp in the description. I guess I'll put that in the title. Be like FF7 spoiler skip in description. So no big deal.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. It's been great. See you next week.
Barzam, bam.
No, for real though, I
man,
actually did
I
that.
wish you would have.
No. Did you check out my video on the update? Like I'm like, hey guys, how's it going?
Play it right now.
Like, hang on, where's it at? You would say play it. Where is my channel at? Oh no, I mean like I was actually gonna play the YouTube video and like full screen it here and just be like actually play the first few seconds.
Wow. And we can just leave. That's fine.
There we go. Okay, so expand please. How do I full screen this?
Peace.
Well, later.
Okay, here we go. Now through this. But yeah, for real though, we are done with the Final Fantasy talk now though, right?
Yeah.
I figure.
Okay, cool.
I just played it, Magnum.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's just a Barzam. Peace. You like blacks out the screen too.
Yeah. Here we go. Well, I'm gonna play it on the actual this
There we go.
So did I pull the right one up? No, I did not. Oh no, stakes were made. Oh, here we go. And
stakes were made.
I broke it. I'm bad. Yep. Cool. Restart. Full screen. Bill's Ripman. And why do I not have any sound?
Uh-oh.
Got it. Okay, fixed.
Sound is a construct.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's just the Barzam. Peace. There we go. Okay, it's done. There we go, guys. Just the Barzam. Peace. Okay, no, but
we're out.
But yeah, that was. Yeah, so pretty much just the Barzam. Oh, I accidentally put it in my queue. What is this? I don't even know how I get rid of that. But
Uh-oh. It's not a big deal. It won't get in the way of anything.
But anyway, yeah, so let's go ahead and let me actually put it back over to the proper thing now for anybody who probably should swap the overlay before doing that, but oh well. Okay, so now on to actual Gundam stuff. But yeah, I mean, I guess this works out because I mean it's pretty much just the Barzam, and that's really about it. I mean, we got like a very bare bones update this time. So anybody have the Barzam with some gameplay up right now?
Gameplay no, but I do have it. I had to get out of this quick match. Doing because the only place I can play it is on Mix Up.
Okay.
But they didn't have a raid, so I had to go plant.
Okay, so just let me know and I'll
go in like practice mode and dig with it.
Yeah, I'll put your thing up here in a second.
Well, let's bring it up. Can we just can we mention that you know, unlike the mass-produced cancer cannon, which has the little butt booster, the Shad Barzam has a frontal crotch booster.
It's literally a crotch rocket.
Yeah. High spec and back, they say. Or you know, back in general, they say, but the Titans are trying to send a message.
Yeah, the Kaplan has a butt blaster too, but I guess it has to because of its transformation.
But yeah, the I mean, what I said in the update video I made is pretty much how I feel. It's just a 2-star Mark II that has better range. It's bigger, and then it has a lot weaker melee.
I will say, I think this is a suit that could potentially bring out the best potential from the shrapnel bazooka.
And that's why I want it. And that's pretty much what I said. I'm like, and this is why I want it. It's probably like not going to be
best
for
shrapnel weapon.
Yeah. I just think it's funny though. A friend of mine, I explained it to him,
It
and
is.
he's just like, he was just like, the same thing I said. He was just like, yeah, in the show though, remember they were like, I mean, that seems pretty accurate. It seems pretty accurate to the show. They were like, yeah, with this, we're sure to win. And then it just completely got slaughtered. And I'm like, oof. But
Nothing bad will will happen here, no sir.
yeah, and then it doesn't have the sealant gun as well. So it's like minus the sealant gun, and
It's interesting because the DJ doesn't either, and you would think most Zeta suits would.
Fuck the DJ, doesn't need anything else. Got a
I was
fucking
gonna say
shotgun.
at this point it has too much.
Nah, fuck that.
It has
have
all
it
the
be able
skills.
to have it be able to slow down suits and then hit them with a shotgun.
You ain't getting away.
You know, it
Can't
would
run
be
from me.
funny though if what they did to balance it out was put like the your beam, then the saber I guess would work that way. So you'd have to hit R1 to do that. Like in order to get to another insta stun, they had like Vulcans in between, and then they had something else in between, so that it wasn't easy. That you would either have to map it out and give up something, or like just straight up like just not use one of the insta staggers until you really needed it. I think that would be kind of hilarious, because like just having to swap really kind of cripples the fluidity of like comboing with certain things. Like the Zeta, for instance, in the trial, you don't have it, can't remap the weapons. It's just
Oh god,
oh,
yeah.
it's awful. It's clunky. Like it's so clunky to even try to play. But I've got there enough to do better with it than I do the sometimes the Rick Diaz. Depends on the day whether I can shoot or not. But yeah,
Shooting's hard, man.
tell me about it.
But yeah, I mean, I'm with you there. Like, I would say if you have the Mark II, like if you're not gonna run the uh I don't know. Like, I don't know how I feel about the beam rifle. I feel like if you have the clay bazooka, it probably does what the beam rifle wants to do better. Except you don't have the option to do a charge, which I mean at that point, I mean, I feel like you're not really relying on that. But if you're gonna use the instant beam rifle, unless you're 450 where the Mark II doesn't exist,
Yeah.
like
Fair enough.
if you're playing level 2 and you're gonna use the Mark II's beam rifle and you have a Mark II, might as well just play Mark II.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like it's if you're not gonna use, which I use the shrapnel bazooka on the Mark II. So I mean for me it's just like yes, I want this thing because then I can just
Right.
do that, and it does more damage. So I mean it does have the range modifier, which is nice. Like I want to say Chad or Gustav was saying like 70 was the modifier on it. So
Right.
forgot to change the text off the spoilers.
I ended up changing mine.
There we go.
And like
Mine
the
says
beam
bar
rifle does
jam.
do some decent does do decent damage, but
Mhm.
you're also talking about once you hit some of the nicer 450 or even 500 suits, you're gonna have a lot of suits that actually have a fair amount of beam resistance. So running ballistic is actually gonna be to your advantage. And like its rate of fire with the rifle is pretty nice. It's not quite Alex fast, which I'm able to ping like consistent stuns with that pretty well. I was kind of hoping it was going to be that rate of fire, but it's like a little bit slower.
Oh, that's kind of an interesting comment. So apparently, if you hit with one of the shrapnel, like a full-on hit with the shrapnel bazooka, you can actually swap to the Vulcans and do 13 rounds of the Vulcans to actually get a
And
stagger.
stun.
Yeah,
Nice.
and then you
Those
could
those
swap back if you wanted
Vulcans
to.
clap too, by the way.
Yeah. So yeah, that's actually kind of an interesting thought. I didn't actually think about trying that with the Mark II. I'm gonna try that with the Mark II actually, because its Vulcans are garbage at staggering too. So I wonder if I can get like, take 2 half garbage shots and then try to Vulcan to finish it off, and then swap to the. In that case, with the Mark II, swap to the
Just
sealant,
make up the
and then
difference.
and then go in
I
and
mean, that's
melee.
the thing with the Mark II, right? You got the sealant
Yeah. Which I
if
mean,
all else fails.
I'm used to Vulcaning or machine gunning and then going in for a melee now, since I've
Mm.
been doing that with pretty much every other suit that I've had to play. So
The Vulcans clap too.
yeah,
Like they
yeah,
aren't
they
like
do.
weak by any means.
Yeah, they do some damage, especially to raids. You wanna wreck a raid's day, and like that'll. Like that's the main thing I like about the shrapnel on the Mark II is if I shoot a raid at all, specifically like the Hyakushiki in that case, where you can get to the 550. Just like I'm doing like 2,000 a rocket, and you just like you're spamming those 1, 2, 3. You know, you can deal 10,000 damage in no time to a Shiki if you can hit. I mean, that's the big thing with the shrapnel bazooka. But in this case, if you can combo the stagger like that, you get 1 stagger with the Vulcan, swap back, get a free one in, and then shoot another one, and then their dagger is off, and then you shoot them with another one, dagger with Vulcans, and then get another free one in. They're pretty much almost dead if it's a raid at that point, unless you're hitting their shield. So that doesn't sound too
Armor
bad.
shields.
And then knock them over, then get that bazooka in the legs. Which I will say, this thing's really easy to leg as a support. Which I was using the detector, and
It's like it has some chonky legs.
I have to.
Yeah. It has to do with its size too. I kind of wonder if we'll get the Barzam refined, which is even more blatantly a Mark II, just with a different head. But there's a couple variants of this suit that would be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find where I was in the detector, and I did something really gross there right before.
Oh god, the detector is this thing's fucking nemesis.
Yeah, like I just did very. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. My stream was like dying yesterday too. Okay, here we
You
go.
think it could end up giving the Barzam leg buffer at some point, maybe?
That'd be nice.
Yeah,
I think this is
it
the suit
needs
where
it.
they really need to like intermittently give it stuff to try to help it out, because like we have our own use cases for it. There's not going to be a lot of people that are fortunate enough to have those Mark II weapons dumped on them though. So like, and if they do, they're probably just going to use the Mark II. So this is going to be one of those suits that like has potential but needs help.
Well, I think it's still too soon to say. It is a 2-star. Granted, I say that in Tentacle Monsters running havoc in its cost.
Yep.
But I think it's too soon to say like whether it needs a lot of help. I mean, it's a base. There's some
The one thing I'll say is that like if you just wanted the responsiveness and movement of a Mark II, this definitely has that. Like it can boost in the air. It's doing all of its it's got a decent turning speed on it.
Right.
Force injector, all that stuff. If you just want something that is responsive and can get you where you want to be, or like react on the fly, this can still do that.
So I
think it's very adaptable.
The trouble comes from whether or not you had the weapons to actually like do something with those reflexes.
I have the highlight up right where I ran into Aoshi. I'm trying to figure out how you do in clip or post at the current time. Is there a way to actually do that?
I believe there is.
Trying to right click on it.
Is there a share section? Are you looking at the video manager or whatever?
I'm straight up on the video itself on the page. Like I'm actually watching the VOD.
I mean, you could take a clip of it, but I believe there's a way.
Oh wait, here we go.
You might have to do a
video
highlight or something.
URL. There we go. Okay, you have to hit the little settings thing to do it. Okay.
But I actually think it's interesting. Though, like the Barzam. I was gonna say I was on extra A in there for some reason, but the Barzam, like at 450, if you do it up right, it's like a discount Alex. It's kind of weird because I mean you can just buy a fucking Alex, but
right.
Like if normal beam rifle, you could play it Alex style, and I mean it has really high base stats, and I mean melee just has such a high payoff where you aren't trading off too much. Like my build that I had set up for it was pretty much just like maneuverability parts, just like leg armor and turning parts, and just filling in the rest of the slots with a few other things. Um, and you can almost kind of like make it fit your mold a little bit, which I think is really cool because that's a lot of mid slots. So you can get you can spike up its melee defense, which I believe is its lowest point.
Yep.
Yep.
And it has enough slots to do if you really wanted to. I'm pretty sure you could do level 2 and level 3 turn motor. So I mean, you could actually have which the Mark II probably could do it too, and probably the Alex to some degree. But it's interesting. Like I think you kind of like adapt the suit to kind of fit into what you want to do with it. Like if you more like insist on beams or rockets, like it literally can use every type of weapon that you would want, like except a machine gun. It doesn't have a machine gun, but like you can do laser pokey, um, bazooka, shrapnel, shell pokey, and just standard stun Zuka downswing play with it. So I think that's pretty cool. And also
Yeah,
space specialization.
I wouldn't mind this suit being like a mass production copycat suit. Like if they just expanded the different kind of weapons it can use in like Zeta terms.
that'd be interesting. And I mean, like, kind of one thing I was like, right now, for me anyway, as a support player, because of the clip I just linked you guys there, I'm gonna go ahead and play it right now on my end. Like, so pretty much he got staggered once, and then I was just like leg, 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 and then I'm just like, oh, he has no legs, he's dead. Like, it's just the amount that you can just leg this thing. But again, I'm playing the detector, so arguably I'm on a team with the raid equivalent of the detector, which is Striker Custom. So yeah, I mean, fair enough. But at the same time, it's just like doing that and having that is kind of like my, um, entry to seeing the Barzam. I'm just like, oof, this feels pretty
What
bad.
if
But
he
I'm
had leg
also,
armor on?
yeah, well, that's another thing. He might have just went into the game like with whatever and just threw whatever on it. So, so again, that's just like we just got it last night. I think was his first game he joined us, right, Gustav? Like he just joined us for one game right after he got it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like just getting in it. So, but I mean, he just happened to be I mean, I was doing that though to pretty much all the Barzan, and I was just like, man, the detector's OP. I mean, that
Yeah,
was more
I mean, if you
that was
ever
more the
wanted to have it
takeaway.
reaffirmed,
Yeah, that was more of the takeaway. The detector is just OP instead of
busted.
the like instead of the Barzam's weak. So maybe we'll see it kind of, somebody find it, that's their place for it, and that'll be their suit that they just win games with.
I kind of want the melee to be bumped up at least a little bit. I wouldn't mind that, but yeah, that'll probably have to be a sticking point with as much range that it can stack on.
But
I
even
mean, honestly,
You're talking about it having like support level amounts of like range mod on it, depending on what parts you
that's
got.
the
And
other
that's
thing.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the 40s base, but like it's like I was noticing, Gustav, that with the regular beam shots, like my neutral melee damage was comparable to my beam rifle damage
Yeah.
against players. So I mean, I almost wonder if it even needs the extra damage when I was using the non GM or non Mark II beam rifle.
So wait. So is
You know what? It's interesting that you're making that comparison to the Alex too, because the Alex has a hard time finishing out suits at range because it has such a balance to it. So it's balanced in both ends, but it's also pretty low unless you really want to like super stack on like melee or range.
Right.
This has a different thing where it's just like, yeah, you expend your range, you try to go in to at least finish it off with your melee, and you'll always have them like on a sliver, like a magic pixel or whatever. And you have to just like gamble on whether or not you're going to be able to get the shot off once they like breach their iframes. I've had that happen to me a couple times in this suit.
Right.
Having
Just
the
spamming Vulcans or something.
yeah.
Here's
So
the question.
either having reload parts or like just hoping that you have enough ammo in your
arm
your
gatling or something,
or whatever you got. Yeah.
So is the beam on it? Do you think you're doing more damage with the beam, its beam rifle, than the Mark II? Because I was hearing like the Mark II seemed to be doing just as much, if not more, than the than its beam rifle.
The base damage is higher, but I mean, you can definitely get 2 shots off with the standard beam rifle and do a neutral.
Okay.
If you're on your timing. So I mean, if you're just looking at raw damage output, like honestly, I don't see, unless you catch them off guard, like you can't do a stagger combo into a double beam shot because you just don't have enough heat to make it work.
Yeah, like
But I
what
mean,
Gustav was doing there, like the stagger into Vulcans back into the beam rifle.
I'd probably
way to
say
go.
if you did all 4 shots on one person, you're definitely doing more damage than the Mark II beam rifle. That's like probably like 6,000 damage, maybe close to 7 with some rounding. Then you do a downswing, which probably puts you over 10k. Then you do a follow-up beam rifle shot, which puts you like in the 12 to 13 neighborhood, and then another neutral. So like if you're like tagging everything, and if like you mix Vulcan, well, you probably won't have time to mix Vulcans in there, but you probably have like the damage potential to do like somewhere in the 13 to 14,000 damage range.
Oh, and it's 3 for a
If
stagger
from a
too.
perfect scenario.
Yep,
You get
just
4
like
shots
the
up.
Alex for that.
Okay, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, there's like I know that's one of the big deals with the Alex. When I see somebody who can hit their shots, so okay, so yeah, you could just pretty much compare this to the Alex essentially. That's kind of cool.
I personally like the Barzom a little bit more than the Alex. Like I never played the Alex very much, and whenever I did, like I always felt like the beam rifle was so underwhelming personally. Like I know there's some people who really pop off with it, but like I don't know, maybe it's just because the way I build it. A lot of my shots wouldn't break 1k, but I really like I like the damage feedback on the Barzom.
Yeah, I mean, it
whenever I'm shooting
definitely has a
things.
higher threshold on there. For the Alex, it's just like imagine this, but you have like a really heavy arm cannon on top of your
Right, yeah.
Vulcans, so you can also just chunk them out with that. So
And double
having that
dodge roll.
extra gun helps the Alex. Yeah, double dodge roll
Mhm.
as well. With this, it's just like now raw power. This shit at
Oh, yeah.
range is going to pick at people, and that's kind of the scary thing about higher costs is that there's a lot of suits and a lot of gameplay meta shit that is like, no, all these things are fast. Everyone's gonna be closing in on you, and you're probably not gonna have much of a front line to like back out in because everyone's always gonna be mixing in there.
Mhm.
So playing it that way is a little dangerous. It's a little bit easier to do in matches because people are afraid of the ace. The ace's
Right.
presence kind of makes that front line be reestablished, especially if people start to murder ball. But in basic, it gets really dicey.
Mhm. I feel you. That makes sense.
Basic, you have to rely on the fact that people are going to be going for objectives and like not always looking at you. But once they do, find somebody.
Especially if it's support looking at you, then yeah. Like, oh man.
So let me
You know
Let
how
me ask you
sometimes we
guys
joke
this.
that like the support needs a support? This is the general that needs a support.
Oh yeah, you're definitely. Chat was saying that this week is going to be some like serious beta general play, because people will be running their bars on, and you know they're already bad about not backing up their insta staggers, but now they're just going to be like diddling in the back, like, oh that guy's meleeing you, don't worry, bud, bang, bang,
I got you, man.
I'll shoot my beam rifle, man.
I don't
I
know,
got your
man.
back, bud.
If they got that shrapnel gun, you're gonna get puffed and you're gonna feel like, that was 2000. He shot really fast after that.
But
Maybe I should back
bruh,
up a bit. I got
I'm on the
stuff.
ground
I'm
crying.
fine.
The thirsty generals aren't going to stop breaking my kneecaps while I'm bleeding out on the ground, bro. This is the
Imagine
drama I
running
have
into
with that.
2 Barzams with fucking shrapnel bazookas.
Oh my.
Just chunking you for 2000 plus a shot.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no
The
more
race
lag.
cried that day.
Like
Your
speaking
leg
of-
buffers mean nothing.
Oof. Oof.
Maneuver armor level 2, Lambao.
Ouch. Yeah, that would be scary. Like, I would love to see the shrapnel turn into like a meta thing for everybody just to be running around being like pew 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 all the staggers.
It's interesting. It's interesting too because like I didn't realize until I had to start using it more, and maybe it's just the Mark II's version, but like you see the explosion and then you get like a delay in the damage actually registering, and I was like, am I just lagging? Like, is it just not registering? And then it would like poof, and you would see the damage go like, oh, No, it literally just had to reach them because it wasn't a like super direct hit, but it was still in front of them.
Yeah, that's the weird part.
So the shrapnel
sometimes.
was just like, nah, I got you, man.
Need
Like
a little
you'll
bit more
have
range. I got you, fam.
misses. Yeah, it's kind of weird with the shrapnel bazookas. Sometimes you'll be like, no, why am I not hitting? My aim is horrible, and you kind of gotta like compensate a little bit sometimes, and then not. Because
It's
then that's
interesting
when
though
lag
because
comes in.
you kind of fake people out because I don't know how visible the shrapnel is when you're on the receiving end. Like, do you see it in big yellow streaks, or is it just like a puff, and then you look at your bar and it's like, oh, I got damaged. What the hell happened?
Yeah, I think it's more of like I'll see some people sometimes just be like, "Oh, he's
Because
shot.
like
I
in
can go."
versus, it's super blatant, right? Like you shoot it, you
Oh,
see
yeah,
like
it's
these
like
yellow streaks of
lasers come
shrapnel,
out.
like,
Yeah.
like oh my god, why? Like they
Yeah, I don't
really
think it's that
emphasize
blatant in
that.
this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see a lot of people like charge me afterwards. They're like, "Haha, you wasted your shot. You didn't stagger me." And then
Ow.
I'm like, "Phew. Whoa, oh no, he shot fast. No." And then by that time,
Oh,
they've already
no.
went straight at me, and I'm just like, "Yeah, now you're staggered. Let's
Yeah,
go."
they came straight at you, expended a bunch of boosts, and it was just like, I had to reevaluate a little here.
I've made mistakes. Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made. Yep. But
Let's
yeah,
switch to the shrapnel real quick.
I'm really interested to see what the Barzam turns into, you know, a week from now or something. But
I really want the level 2 also, just so that I'm not having to like punch up with the 450 and 500 rooms. I feel like you almost had to like roll out with the shrapnel in that case just to like subvert some of the ballistic shit. Because trying to do the beam rifle, probably not a good idea with some of those suits that are there.
that is true. Yeah, Emblem, I think you were about to say something.
Oh, I think I was just asking, like, so how do you guys feel about the suit in general? Or maybe the suit as a general. Like, if you had to give an overall view, like, is it passing? Is it
Right
need
now,
some work?
I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be somebody that finds it as like their main suit, and who knows? Maybe once I, get it for some reason in like 2 to 4 weeks. Apparently, I get every 2-star that comes out, just somehow. Like I got the Agu guy like yesterday, so sure, I'll take it. So here in a little bit, I'll probably end up with this thing somehow, and yeah, we'll see. But I mean, as a support player playing against it, it might feel a little underwhelming. But I've also been dealing with, like the Mark II at 500 for sure, and then at 450, there's
Yeah, supports have had some harrowing experience. So having a general that's just kind of like dealable is probably a good breath of fresh air.
yeah, and especially well, and the other thing too, coming from what we just went through with like the DJ coming out and it having all of that, the Barzam again. Not only is the patch like pretty, it's just the Barzam, but I mean the Barzam is just the Barzam. I mean it's it's really simple, stock standard general type.
God damn.
So
Ooh. Whoa. Yes. 1920 on a fucking Gundam 450 with that
ooh,
shrapnel. Dead on too.
that is gross.
Bye.
1920. How many shots are on the channel, Zuka?
Hold on, I'm
I think
reloading.
it's
Oh,
8.
8.
Yeah.
Yep, 8 shots.
Yeah.
Pretty good rate of fire on it too.
Yeah, I know on the Mark II, I'm like I can deal if I hit directly the entire time. It's like 16,000 on a raid. So I'm really curious to see what you're gonna do to that like G3 over there in a second.
I'm about to get chunked by this fucking cannon, so hold on.
Oof. No.
Bye. Oh. Kill me. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to that G3 in a second.
Bully. But while Gustav's doing that, I actually wanted to pivot that question again. What if the Barzon was a raid? How would you grade it? Just think about everything we talked about. If it was red instead
If
of
I
blue.
was chunking that cannon instead, ooh. That would be interesting. That being said, I would also kind of hope that they would still like. I'd still feel like it should have its melee bumped up a little bit naturally.
Yeah, if it was,
it's just got space problems. Ultimately,
It actually feels pretty good in space with the
oh, I'm sure.
shrapnel.
Oh, dude, that is gross.
But just the same problem that Hyakushiki had.
Oh my
like,
god! Oh
whenever
my
whenever they make a suit for space, they're just like, oh, we're gonna give it into 0 melee defense and 0 melee modifier.
Yep.
Space suit.
Paper mache ass suit. Anytime it gets swung on by a Mark II, rip.
That's another thing too. Like,
oh my god!
If it was a raid
Yes.
with that, it would just feel like it. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it would feel like a paper thin, probably scope dog. The flipper. Like,
yeah, pretty much. I can
is
see that.
Is that just with the shrapnel bazooka? Because I mean, I could see that like it feel more like the anti-air gun or something. But I think as a raid, if it was a raid,
as a raid, it could just be like a sniper custom.
Yeah,
because like, you'd definitely be doing more range combat with it, though. Even if you were a raid, is kind of what I was. I guess. I guess the flipper though, you got to get in there and melee too with it. So, but you can also
flipper is also stealth and jamming, so it's just like it has a different approach in general.
But I still see a lot of people do pretty well. Like on Arctic base, they'll just use it as a range type DPS that also most people don't notice that it exists, killing your support from afar.
Just getting stunned to death. Like, what the hell is hitting? Oh, then you just see it like, you son of a bitch. But of course, by then, you got a bunch of people closing in on you, so it's too late.
I think it'd be worse than a Quell if it was a raid. Just thinking about it a little bit more.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel slightly. Like, it would just be pretty basic. Doesn't have too much to differentiate it from anything
like this
else.
thing with the Mark II beam rifle is like trying to be the Quell, so like that's a good preview of how well that would work out.
By the way, the comment, the AI is so realistic. Look, they're shooting each other in the back. That's pretty good.
Absolutely genius. And yet there's such a pain in the ass in simulators.
Right. We'll see though. I kind of wish the default weapon wasn't the multi-shot beam rifle. I don't know. This could be like the jaded meta player me coming out, but it's just like Mia's comment about it being a good beginner suit. Like,
well, yeah, I was gonna point that out. Yeah,
this is another one of those like staple, like mainstay suits. Like if you didn't get the big dick Mark II or like whatever else, and you just want something at cost to be able to run with, like this will be serviceable. Which is kind of the point of it, right? As a mass-produced suit.
I mean, I just don't know if the beam rifle though, or its starting beam rifle, is the one that would be more of the beginner style of suit, if that makes sense. Because most of the good combos would be something that has insta stagger kind of situation.
I guess it's something that newer players might be used to if they've been having to stick with like Grandpa Gundam and shit like that for a while, though.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
But now you just have like a lot more responsiveness and maneuverability to it.
Well, I just want to say, like, I hate the idea of looking at it as a beginner suit with that weapon, because I mean I know it has a charge option, but it's just like, imagine if it was a machine gun. Also, I personally think that unless you're like literally certain supports and the cold climate GM, that like pretty
imagine
much
if this could run the Zaku custom machine gun.
Oh, that would be cool.
It'd be busted. Holy shit! With that
Zaku
much range
custom.
on it.
Yeah, I got the high Zac, and it was pretty good.
Which machine gun?
The high Zac machine
Yeah,
gun.
Zaku
Zaku
custom?
custom machine. Yeah,
The one on the
Which one was the Zaku custom?
high
the
Zac.
one
Which
on
one
the
you
high
talking
Zac.
about? Oh, okay. I got you now. Okay.
Yeah, the one that
I
the
don't
one
have
that
that.
fires
I've never
like
used that gun, so okay.
it has like a Zaku machine gun stagger percentage, but with like an MMP 80 rate of
Higher,
fire.
yeah, and more range than it. So it's just like, oh
Yeah,
god.
so yeah, it just
Gotcha.
yeah, so it's like if an MMP 80 had Zaku machine gun stagger and range, no big deal.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'll add that in as well. But for the most part, I honestly think machine gun play is pretty worthless. Honestly, like full disclosure, I would take insta stuns like bazookas and beams over most machine gun play, like 9 times out of 10.
Oh,
It's a little bit more viable when you have it under a rail, like Cold Districts again comes back up or something like that. But um, having access to a stun on demand is just so powerful.
for sure.
But what I was gonna add with that though is like it's just thinking about the multi shot thing, like just thinking new players. Like to me, I just see it as like if it's more of a beginner suit, I feel like unless you have the insta stun options, it's just setting up new players for bad habits. I guess is ultimately what I was getting at. It'd be just like it's just like how the Easy 8 doesn't start the rocket launcher. Granted, it's really easy to get its rocket launcher. It's just like
Mhm.
if you're like practicing the Easy 8, you're probably gonna be using a machine gun, which is a crime. Um, and just stuff like that.
Yeah, I
And
can
it's
agree
like,
with that.
okay, just put down your machine gun. I know melee's hard, but you gotta fucking get in there, man. Lag's a bitch. It sucks. Join become the problem. Like stun melee knockdown meta is not going away in this game ever. Um, and you're not helping your team out much by just running a machine gun.
I think that's why I try to like push machine guns on some of my suits. Like the Isaac, it's pretty much been my mainstay, and there's a couple others that I try to do it on.
Oh yeah, like I said, there are select few non-support generals
It's weird
or
because
non-supports
people are
that can
starting to
push it.
get those token packs, and
Mhm.
they're getting that BD3. I saw one dude
Oh
run
right.
it as a ranged like monster.
Oh, I've
But
seen that too,
the
man.
bigger thing is that he is doing it at like D range, right? The
Mhm.
minute he starts to get a bit higher, either he's gonna get clapped
Oh,
or
for
he's
sure.
gonna be or, and this is the bigger thing, right? People that are following him from that range are gonna be the people he's still fighting. And then they're gonna start mixing in with the other meta. And it's like, who's gonna get clapped first? How is that gonna shift when these guys start to get up into higher ratings? Because their inclinations and the things that they do in certain situations are gonna be different, and it's gonna start messing with some of the meta players' heads if they don't have like immediate responses to people just like not doing what they expect.
I mean, that's my strategy.
But yeah,
I get an intensifier.
and like I'm talking with Crossbone in chat right now. He's saying that he feels like newer players too might run machine gun builds to kind of like get the anime feel, because I mean they
Mhm.
use machine guns a lot in the anime. But it's just one of those things where like, you know, like you said, it just reaches a point to where like you're either, I don't know, you're either like the second coming of machine gun new type god or whatever,
Yeah.
which I feel like is the
I think that's the thing
minority.
though, right? Like you have to if you're gonna go for it, you need to commit to it and just like get
Mhm.
good at it.
Oh
Using
yeah,
it as like a crutch is gonna be rough. Like you really have to just make that your sword if you're actually gonna go
yeah.
for it. That fucking he just knocked him over.
Yeah, that is another good point.
Supreme
The
AI.
Soccer 2S Type S. That's another one that me and a couple of friends were using definitely early on. We got pretty lucky at
Mhm.
getting. and then we do that combo there that Mia's saying with the enhanced cracker, and then MP80 for the stun, and smack them down with the Heat Hawk, and then shoot them in the legs with the rest of the clip, or hit them again with the grenade.
My only problem with that though is that like that's fine and dandy in a scenario where you're like falling back or maybe doing supplementary stuff, but in a scenario like unless you happen to have the grenade set up ahead of time in a scenario where you need to save your teammate from dying, like
Yeah.
let's say your ace is in the ground, you're never going to save your ace with that setup.
I
Like
mean,
that's why I don't like machine guns.
And I can agree with that. Like that's my biggest deal with for instance, the heavy Gundam. I like it. I do a ton of damage with it. But if there's a situation where I'm like, teammate, I've got you in 2 seconds. Please stay alive.
Yeah, let me just build up more stagger. Give me just a minute. I need this grenade to get there first. Or then,
I mean, that's like and that's why, a machine gun I might main a little bit the Dom Barrage. I've got a chest laser that's up every like 6 seconds. No big deal.
Right.
And then I've got missiles that build up stagger like that because of how fast they travel now. So no big deal, right? I'm not just there Gatling to hopefully one day stagger somebody, because that takes 110 shots to do or something like that.
Yeah, that's a rough habit for people who are just getting the barrage that they need to break.
Yeah.
You got to be ready to respond with that beam and like the missiles.
Yeah.
Just like volume of fire to make people back off with that pressure, because like there are some people that won't flinch through it. You know what I'm saying? But there are more people that's like, I'm getting hit. I don't like this. They're having to look around now instead of just focusing in on what they were about to do.
Oh yeah, that's right. It does have a grenade, doesn't it? The Type S. I forgot about that actually. Yeah.
Yep, it does.
So and then but like pretty much with that too, like the machine gun though, unless normally you have to do some other combo, and you pretty much have to be using the machine gun as your secondary to either make the stagger happen as quickly as possible. So like in that sense, yeah, you kind of are though having the grenade out at all times. You grenade and then you follow up the grenade with the pew pew pew, and then they're staggered, and it's pretty quick. I mean, you're not going to insta save somebody, but you're probably not. Someone's not going to get to combo your teammate. If you're actually needing to save the ace, you probably would have the grenade out. Is kind of the other point.
That probably comes out of that practice as well. And I think machine guns that have an underrail rocket grenade launcher option are definitely better, just because you have access to that insta stun option.
Yeah, they're good until you start running into things that have like heavier maneuver armor, or explosive reactive. Then those start to go by the wayside. Like now you're just having to do the whole build up stagger thing again after that.
And I mean, that's where I've mostly gotten used to. A lot of it is actually doing the build up with just about everything I've played. And I don't know. But again, that's just the way I've played. Yeah. I like to pew pew.
I mean, that's something else. I feel like that's something else people have to learn too, is that like pressure is just as important as like instant reaction stunts, like just to fuck with people and how they advance and like move.
I mean, that's the same thing.
Yeah, I feel you there.
Just to kind of compare it to a MOBA again, getting into that kind of conversation. Like in MOBAs, there are things as soft taunts, and that could be either a taunt to where they have to deal with you or die, or they have to run away from you or die. And that's what normally a bruiser is, and I'm pretty much a top lane player, so I try to play that. Or if I'm playing a jungle,
you're just hitting for bread like all the time.
Yeah, so I'm either doing a bruiser top lane or I'm doing some kind of bruiser jungle is how I normally play most MOBAs. And that's until somehow I get stuck in the mage role, and mid happens every now and then. But like most of the time there, I'm doing the bruiser thing. So most of the suits that I get with support, I kind of play like that. I get in there, I put the pressure on. I'm like, hey, look at me, and then hope a teammate is there, and which
to take advantage of.
I try to position so that the teammates can, but it doesn't always work. But it does sometimes.
Yeah, especially when the shoe is on the other foot, and now you're the one getting clapped, and they had to try to back you up.
Yeah.
Because that has to be me a lot in the sniper custom, right? Because it can stun if you get those 2 volleys with the double beam, and even if you're running the rifle, because you have to charge it to get that stun. But you're chunking a lot of health off people. So you gotta hope that you're on point with those, or just constantly spanking them with like your secondaries to try to earn that that ire from the team.
Pretty
So
much.
that when they see you again, it's like, hey, remember that time that I broke your legs real quick and you just got clapped by everybody else? You better look around.
Yeah. Oh, then there's the I haven't used that suit in so long. The Zakutu Haimo ground type.
Ooh, yeah.
Like
Seeing we're talking about the Haimazaku, right?
the ground type one. So
Yeah,
not the one with the boombox, but
yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty much just pressure the suit because when it closes in on you, it actually has decent melee.
I haven't used that one since like it's been a long time since I've used that
I
one.
use that in the other ranked actually for a while because that MG was getting me places.
I actually gotta get on and check this thing out. Like, what does this thing do again? Because like I bet you I only have like level 2 firing program or something on it.
Yeah, it's got dummy thick melee out of the gate, but I was actually using a lot for range. Like the MG on that wasn't that bad, especially since you do also. I think that one has the grenade launcher and it has the underrail.
Maybe not. Oh, okay. So it does have a grenade you can throw, but I don't know if the MG has a grenade. What Mia was saying. I can check real quick. Didn't know. The
Haimo ground.
It does not.
Oh.
So it's just a normal Zaku machine gun or a bazooka. And it's got the cracker and the arm missile pod. I guess that would be more your combo.
Arm missile pod. Oh, we're talking about the desert then.
Wait, did I go on the wrong one?
That's the desert. I was like, arm missile pod. The fuck?
Oh wait, whoops, my bad. Wrong suit. Hang on. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Never mind, found it. One up. Got it. Oh, yes. Oh my. Yeah, I've got a firing program 1 on it. It does have a grenade. And it has the
Yep.
hand grenade Z enhanced. Okay.
There we go. That makes more sense.
And yeah, I have firing program 1 and oh, that's all you can fit on it anyway. But this should be telling. I have
Yeah.
melee program 2.
Yeah,
So
so
yeah,
you can chunk them afterwards.
it's been a while since I've used this suit. Okay, so it has a bazooka. The medium model Zaku machine gun is what it has. Okay,
Medium
that's
model.
the one. Yeah, it has the medium model, which is the only suit that has the medium model. And actually trying to figure out how it compares. I use the MMP80 with the grenade on it.
Yeah,
And then you
same.
get the bazooka, the giant bazooka.
I think the medium model's like slightly faster and chunks a little bit harder than the regular. I haven't used it in so long because I just had the MMP80 with the grenade launcher. And it also gets to rock the giant bazooka, which isn't too bad. Usually reserved for like dom suits and stuff like that.
It has 5 less ammo, 50 more range than its MMP80 there that it can use, but know how fast it actually shoots. Take that into practice. Then the normal Zaku machine gun, though, yeah, it has
Normal
more
Zaku
damage.
MG is so slow. Shit hurts.
Interesting. Yeah, it has 200 damage. That's not bad. Compared to the 173 on a normal Zaku machine gun.
So I brought in the Mark II rifle for the Barzam. 2701 on a regular Grandpa Gundam. And like 1921 on that Gelgood cannon.
You said you did
Let's see.
1980 on the Grandpa Gundam with the other beam rifle?
On the Grandpa Gundam, it was like 2201.
With the normal Barzam rifle?
No, Mark II. Mark II.
Right. I'm just thinking now about the comparison that you made earlier.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
that
So
was
you
pretty close to what it was.
With 2 shots, you push a tad bit extra damage. With the other rifle.
Yeah, but it comes out a lot faster when you think about like the ready up between shots, even though it's ammo based. Ooh, maybe I was hitting its legs.
But
yeah, so don't hit the legs on the the Gelgood. You're just I forgot about the buffer. So it's doing like 2000 when you hit up on its chest.
Ooh, that's
2135.
But to all the machine gun players out there, you know, I don't value machine gun play, but feel free to keep it up.
Feel free to bully him with machine guns and see what happens.
Yeah.
Just get in there.
Hey man, I'm right there.
3638 on a
just because I don't think something's optimal doesn't mean somebody shouldn't do it.
I'll lead the charge on the machine guns. Let's go.
Intensify. Yeah. All you intensifiers can hang out with Magnum. Crossbone said in chat, pick up bazooka, boy. He said, son, get your bazooka, boy. Stop wasting time with that machine gun. You stun that man and downswing him. What are you doing throwing grenades and stuff? Wasting everybody's time.
Oh man,
actually, change the topic to Meta's talk. Which seat, by the way, Magnum?
The Zaku machine gun medium model. I'm just like, oof. It's I don't know.
And which seat did you say had it?
It's the
Taimo
Zaku ground.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it looks like it's grenade though. That's what he was saying. It doesn't build up stagger, I think, at all.
It's got an underrail or like a thrown grenade, like a cracker.
It's like a cracker, but it doesn't build up stagger, I don't think, at all. Yeah.
I wonder if that's a bug. It's not like an EMP grenade or anything. It's just a normal cracker.
Hand grenade. Well, no, this is a hand grenade Z enhanced.
Yeah, it's like higher damage.
So I guess it's higher damage, but lack of stagger.
That or it just is minimal because it's just pure explosive. I don't know.
The stagger isn't too bad though on the machine gun. Maybe that's what it has over the normal Zaku machine gun.
What's the rate of fire like?
It's about the same. Feels slow
as
yeah, it feels just as slow.
Yeah, maybe it does. That'd be a good difference to have, I would hope. Man, the wait time on this rifle hurts. It hurts my soul.
But yeah, I guess that's about it for the Barzam and I guess extra meta talk.
I mean, looking at the rest of the update, there's not a whole lot else.
Yeah, there's just stuff added to the store.
So yeah, we could cover that real quick. And
got new camo.
Oh yeah, man, that new interior base camo in
Woo!
the space.
Yeah, blend right in.
Yeah, nobody can figure
buddy.
out what's going on there with all the different backdrops of rock and metal and space itself. No big deal.
It is
Who
interesting though,
thought
because we got
those-
2 command types out too.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I forgot about those. Or I already had them, wasn't worried about them or something. But
Yeah, same here. Like I got them, but still, it'll be interesting to see more Gelga commands trying to run around and do stuff,
Oh yeah.
or people going for full overboost with the Exaku commander type.
But who thought the the camo for the stages was a good idea? Like, I get it for space.
know.
For deep space, it makes sense. That's good camo because
Yeah.
you're pretty much just space background.
And
I've
then
seen people
whoever,
actually use Impact Sight in interesting ways. Like it's actually been covering some people, but like keeping it on
Be
all the
lying
time
in
literally
Little
just
Rock.
makes you look you're covered in shit. So
Just roll around to dirt, rusty Gundam.
that's your Gundam.
but
That's
like the
that's your
port
camo.
base though, the port base one where it just looks like you've actually got the map like drawn on you, like,
On your yeah.
like what?
Bro, you're gonna be standing at one sweet spot and no one's gonna be able to see you.
Yeah, you just gotta
You're gonna
find
line
it.
up perfectly.
There has to be a video of like where that exact spot is, and just like this is it.
I don't
Stay
know.
here for the rest of the match, and no one will see you.
From that
It's
one
like
angle.
those old school ninjas where they'd have the little cloth of the wall in front of them. Like, is
Oh,
that how
yeah,
it's supposed
dude.
to work?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it has point C on it, so it's somewhere from that direction. You're looking toward point C.
It's like those pictures where you have to look at it from a certain angle to see the actual image. You just have to like turn your suit until you just fade into nothing.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I just want to see a GBO2 now just be like have its fridge door there. Like there's got to be that's going to be the other thing too, is you got to find the right mobile suit that it works on too, because there's one like
Right.
it's got to go around the suit perfectly. So one suit it'll work perfectly on.
You just
Like
have
it has just the
GPOs in
right
the
form
car,
factor
custom
for it.
lie down in the right spot, and it's like, where to go?
What happened?
Yeah, somebody's like aiming at it and then like gets shot from something else, turns around and deals with that, kills an enemy, turns around and is like, what? But
So keep saying Nani until it sticks.
okay, so what do we got here? Let's see. I'll go ahead and we'll screen this. Let's go. Yeah.
That was actually kind of it. The only other thing was the Tetra, I think.
Yeah, the Tetra's in the
Yeah,
ticket
everything's
store.
shop.
I snatched that bee up. I was like, come to daddy, I've been waiting.
I actually had a match with that earlier. That wasn't that bad. Felt good. Another one of those suits that has like a lot of responsiveness to it. And that those arm Vulcans aren't anything to fuck with either.
I just really wish my melees, like I just wish I could be a lag player. Like, you know, whenever like you're nowhere near somebody hits you with a melee swing, I'll do some stuff like that, and my downswing on the GBO Tetra, for instance, it just misses. But like the enemy Tetra will downswing me, and I'll be like dashed out of the way, like off to the side, and I can still get knocked down. Like that stuff is so frustrating.
Like you get out of the way and then you just see a saber poking out of your guts like, oh
gosh.
Fuck off.
Yeah, man, like that's just something else entirely. That's like on the same category as like, yeah, that's like getting stunned by a rocket that blatantly misses you on your screen.
Even though you're like threading the needle on people's legs all the time, shit like that.
Fuck
like,
yeah, man! Like, oh my god! Like, why is it just me?
Oh, it's like you're model accurate and I'm not, huh? I just got like big old hitbox thong in between my legs. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, it is so frustrating.
Got a tent down there.
Okay. Yeah, like
I mean,
we said,
That's bringing up the other thing about like how kind of bare bones the Western release was for this. Is like they literally like, oh, you can just get on our servers and pay us money for the tokens. There you go.
I mean,
That was
the other
enough.
thing
much.
And
too
they're
is
learning very quickly that it wasn't enough.
no, like that's another thing too, and I wonder if they're like, I wonder if that kind of caused some of the server issues with their clan stuff.
It
Because the
definitely
thing
has, because
is,
like the minute we went into quarantine, like it got even worse.
yeah,
Right.
so like I'm kind of curious if because right now you can either have a host that is picked from somewhere close to the West Coast. So every now and then, and the other thing is I just wonder how many NA players and at what time of the day are up at around like A rank right now. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the other
That's a
thing,
good
when
right?
is
Like
question.
it picking the host?
we're seeing a lot of more we're seeing a lot more people play this game and even stream this game. I was surprised by that. People that just had the extra time and they're
Mhm.
checking out Battle Operation 2. But yeah, there a lot of them are starting from scratch, or they're just people who have if you're lucky, they're people who have just been playing, off stream. I don't want to say offline because that's not true.
And then
And so now we have some more people that are like visible, which is nice.
Right.
oh yeah, that's kind of legit too. But like, kind of what I was getting at though is recently, um, I was trying to get an account up around like C plus or something to play with somebody, and I was
Mhm.
like, okay, well I'll do that real quick. So I went to do that, and I was noticing like, oh man, this feels really good. What's going on? And I'm like, oh, right now I have 5 bar connection. And I'm like,
Yeah, I was
everybody
seeing
has
it.
5 bar connection. I mean, this was before the whole quarantine thing. This is just right before that. I'm just like, and then I go into a game and I'm like, oh no, this is the bazooka just went past me before the bazooka was hitting me or I was dodging it. Like, I
Mhm.
want that back. Where was that? You know.
Man, right said the Western player base is just bad. So the higher rank you are, the more like you are to go up against like Asian players or
What
non-Western
if that
players.
is the case?
I
Too?
mean, I don't know if like I don't know if there's enough though, is what I'm saying that's played it to
Mhm.
get there, right? Because like a couple of people that I know, they're coming back or they play other games or they're not
Right.
spending a ton of time. And so the people
Mhm.
and again, my kind of theory on this is unless you're on at the right time and
Right.
you've got a host that is somebody on the West Coast that's right next to the Pacific time servers, which I think is in
Mhm.
California, because they're using the Sony servers. Well, so you either have to connect to a host that's in Japan or a host that's on the West Coast, I think, before you'll actually get a, in a host, because they got to be on the West Coast. And that's kind of my
Right.
theory at it right now, is that that's what it's searching for, is just somebody close to that. Well, if you're on the East Coast, I don't know if you're actually getting the host at all.
Okay.
And
Right.
so my theory there is not only do we have probably less people, but then we need somebody on the West Coast that is at A rank on at the same time that you're on, and you're already looking for a needle in a haystack just to find people in NA that would be on the West Coast. That's
Right.
also your same rating that could queue with you, and that's my point.
It's lonely at the top.
So,
Very well put.
so you have like that kind of deal. So I'd say where you're an A plus right now, you probably have like little if any that you probably run into. I
Yeah,
have
all the
probably a
dudes that you
few.
were seeing back before the Western release is all you're gonna be playing with, and I've seen a lot of those guys, even at
Mhm.
like A minus still, because they fluctuate a lot when they're actually playing rated. And they're not
So,
hiding in like custom matches.
and that's my theory at it. So another problem, I know Hunter, right? Hunter is over in Europe.
Okay. Yeah.
Pretty much every European player I know says the game is just shit, and
Cheats.
they have the connection errors, they have the games that end. Like he's not the only one that I know
Mhm.
that has that problem. When the game ends at the end, it'll say, "Oh, everything disconnected and you lost the match, so you can't complete your dailies that day because you haven't been able to actually finish a game for like 5 to 12 hours because your
Yep.
game just
Right.
completely disconnects at the end." even though you
It
play the
don't
entire
count.
game. So
I wonder how that goes for other people because I've heard Australia gets pretty good connection to the game.
yeah, but the thing is, they even got pretty good connection when it was just the JP server. So,
JP, right?
Yeah, because
you
they're
know,
just
and
physically like, they're in the zone.
yeah, I feel like they're the difference between like going from East Coast to West Coast in the U.S. I don't know the exact distance, but as far as it goes, that's could probably be a nice comparison there. So
It's still pretty shitty over here, so I don't really know. I don't know as much of a
fair
difference.
enough. But again, the
Although it could just
question
be
is
because the internet's weird.
is it actually giving you the host and that kind of thing?
Right.
So
I don't know. Whenever I host games like customs, I still run into some of the same issues. So I don't know if it's
They just need dedicated. Like if
yeah, and
they
then
really want to be serious about this, the next one needs to not be host based at all.
I feel you there.
I don't know. Yeah, but the entire like pretty much the entire EU
Yeah.
player base that I like any of them that I know or any of the discords that I'm in, or I know a couple of them, like it's just everybody's like, yeah, the game sucks, and I'm just like, that really sucks. They need to have they need to open up the Germany Sony server over there, and then there you go. Now we've got the EU client, the NA client, and the JP client, and then maybe it'll be slightly better for them every now and then. But I mean, most of the time here, even you get so I don't know if they just really need to open up. They'll probably what they really need to do is probably have like an East Coast, a West Coast, maybe even a Central.
Yeah, I mean, if they expand their infrastructure in general, it'll just be better overall.
I mean, yeah, I mean that would be the thing, and then at that point, if they're going to start doing that kind of thing with Sony, then they might as well just start trying to get dedicated. But I mean, they'd have to redo the
Yeah,
game for the dedicated part. But I mean, just
literally
opening
just
it up,
bring
so
it to the 21st century.
yeah.
We just
So I mean, there's a few different steps there that they need to take, but at the same time, it's just like a big oof though, as far as I think where they've only got the JP and the West Coast server to search for a host. I think we're not
right.
even getting our NA host that we were kind of hoping for. So that's
yeah.
my
And it's
theory right
interesting
now,
because
anyway.
remember when we first got the new client and we were all thinking like, oh, maybe it feels a little bit faster, and it was almost like we were trying to convince ourselves of it. And it's like, nah, it's the same old shit. We just have like a store now.
I mean, I don't know. For me, I want to say maybe I was just having placebo, but I really want to say that it felt good for a little while there, and then
Well, it's because we
a few
had that
months in.
initial boost in player base, right, for the Western guys to actually get those hosts.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so like I think we were actually getting the host, and it was proper good, and then because
But that was never gonna last, and it definitely hasn't.
oh
Because
yeah,
they're just playing against the same old people in like pubs and stuff now.
yeah, that's
And
yeah,
now
pretty
that
much.
they're doing all this extra maintenance because they're trying to do like clan matches and all this other stuff, it's starting to affect even customs.
And that was just unfortunate yesterday.
That was like
Yeah.
PSN being a trash fire in general because they're trying to keep up with the traffic.
Right. Yeah.
So if anything, that should prompt them to like look at their own infrastructure even for that, just as a whole, dedicated or not.
Yeah.
Which of course is going to be rough, with the quarantine because it's a whole. Even if they try to do stuff remotely, they're going to have to still have people on the field to like look at some of that shit or to add additional things. Lord knows if they actually do make some more server hubs.
So, as far as the update goes, what do you guys think about the Gelg Marine Commander and the Agzaku Commander?
We talked about the Marine Commander a little bit before. It's all right. It'll be interesting to see it, and this is the bigger thing when it comes to like DP releases in general. It'll be interesting to see other people who haven't had the chance of running those suits to run it now, and to see what they do with it, and to see if that like sparks some other ideas or interest in the suit.
I mean, for the Marine, I think it's awesome. Is one of just like the Gelg Marine is one of my favorite suits. Just as far as Gelgugs, is one of my favorite Gelgugs to look at. Be like, oh yeah, but
That's a pretty ass suit.
the thing is, as far as in game, they need to give it the same buff with its beam rifle as everything else has gotten. They buffed the Jaeger's beam rifle, they buffed the Tetra's beam rifle. Now buff this beam rifle and we're good.
Right.
Because that's the biggest problem right now. Is its beam rifle is also pretty meh. Like you got to hit with like 10 plus shots just to even stagger somebody without a charge. So you're pretty much right now, you kind of have to charge.
Yeah, it's a little so on the damage too. So with those bursts, because normally you can make up for that, especially with the Jaeger. Like if someone gets too close and you can't really charge, you can just burst them down because it's just gonna fuck them up on the consecutive. Even before the buff, like it just had that damage.
Yeah, this needs a little bit more damage, needs a higher stagger, and then I think it'll be an awesome suit. But right now it's kind of one of those, if you don't shoot perfect, you are gonna feel it.
Yeah, you're kind of fighting against the suit to make it do the same thing as like other similar suits.
And then the Anxiety Commander, its melee has been getting buffed over and over again. So when you hit that down swing, you clap. And yeah, other than that, it just feels like a Anxiety with overboost.
With a yeet button.
Pretty much.
I keep forgetting that the fucking the Gelgood commander can run the MG with the machine gun. I mean the machine gun with the grenade launcher.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh my god. That's kind of goofy. I wouldn't mind trying that though.
I mean, that's probably
49
range
range boost. 49 range boost with all the parts on. And again, like the melee isn't too crazy, but it's at least in the 20s, right? Like that's not bad. Without the part, it's literally at like a flush 20.
But so yeah, that's kind of cool. They added that to the lottery, so that'll be cool to get those and see. I mean, honestly, when they add stuff like that to the lottery, I kind of expect that to be a like part of the buffs that come in the patch. But we did not get any buffs this patch. So again,
it's interesting. I thought it was surprising.
We need to have that buffed. I mean, Anxiety Commander is, I guess, in a decently balanced place because if they buff it much more, I mean, you're just going to be one-shotting people with that melee.
That'd be amazing.
I mean, with how
the Gan's kind of already there, right?
Yeah,
like imagine the Gan. Imagine if the Gan had overboost.
Imagine if it had overboost and an insta stagger. You know, no big deal, right?
Hell yeah!
Imagine Imagine if it had a real shield and like a decent primary.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Just make it even faster and all shoot in one like direction, like the way it does in fucking versus where it just bursts out in a wall of fucking.
Oh my!
Literally make it would just make it a fucking anti-air gun, but just like with a bigger hitbox.
Pretty much.
I'd be down for that.
Oh gosh, that'd be terrifying. But yeah, then they added in the ticket shop the Tetra, which we already mentioned that, but yeah, it's in there. You guys pretty much talked about it while I was dealing with phone things.
God, the big ass like wings on this stupid command. Look how big it is.
But the beam gun buffs were pretty nice. Like me and Chad were doing a Jaeger and Tetra combo. It was pretty legit. We actually were
bully.
Yeah, we were. I mean, pretty much. I don't know how much he was charging up his beam to shoot, but I mean, like, I know we were getting just like normal shots in and just staggering people instantly with both of us just shooting at one guy, and then he'd be like, well, I've overheated or whatever, and then he'd be like using his arm machine gun, and I'd be using the beam spot. We'd stagger somebody and just take turns meleeing, and the super bully was there, like. Jaeger plus Marine, yes. And then, let's buff the Marine Commander. For
243 per shot on that
Tetra,
that
whatever.
arm Vulcan for the Marine. That's crazy.
But yeah, like if they give the same treatment to the Marine Commander as what they did to the Tetra, then yeah, we're good. We're in there. We got a full like Marine squad essentially. Let's go.
Squad up, boys.
But then there's the White Dingo, level 3, which,
GM, not the sniper.
Oh yeah, sorry. GM, yeah.
I can't wait to have more people with the meme gun running around. That shit's gonna be hilarious.
Oh Lord, is it the level 2?
It's the level 3.
Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
3. Even better.
The generals are conjuring Exodia as we speak.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like that was
those bad for raids.
I was wondering though, at that cost it's 400, right? So I wonder how much it kind of feels like it's falling off at that point.
I think 400 is still that threshold where you don't have things with like super crazy beam resistance. 450 and up, you start getting a little bit more with the Zeta suits and stuff.
Oh yeah, and the cooldown though for that beam rifle. Oof.
Yeah, you gotta really be on
Got the
point with like
slots.
your
Well, no.
Vulcans and grenades and shit.
At
Like,
that,
you also can't be afraid to go in for melee with that thing.
but at that
Yeah,
cost
for
though, you
sure.
got so many slots though, you could actually put some nice parts for the cooldown.
Yeah,
It's actually a good point. And then the Goof VD level 3 also at that cost. I don't know. I mean, you still got the double dodge roll. Still a really solid suit with a high skill cap, but I mean, it's still a
that
good suit.
downswing is fucking nice too.
Oh yeah. Like there are some people that play just nothing but the Goof VD and they are just monsters with it.
It's an ace suit for a
Yeah.
reason, that's for damn sure.
We ran into one of those guys yesterday when me, Emblem, and Chad were playing. Like he was
Giving
just
you the old
tearing us
1-2.
up. Also, the lag.
Oh,
didn't
I
help.
remember that guy.
Yeah.
Dude, oh man, lag is so lame. I almost had that guy. Like it was just before Chad had said, like, man, is this guy actually Vishdonahue? Like
No, that was me who said that. That was me who said that.
Okay.
Yeah, like I was like, I got you, Emblem. No, I don't got you, Emblem. Okay, I can finish him off, and then like he like just wrecks my face, and I'm just like, what is this?
Oh, was
guy?
that when you guys were like trying to like be like, oh, it was my fault, oh, it was my fault?
No, that was
was
on
a
City
different
Map.
Okay.
This was on port base Dusk, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that what you're talking about was like Chad was on the Goof and I was on the Desert GM, and I was a potato. Like literally, like no, we won't go back into it. But if I'd actually,
Yeah.
I'd actually been able to hit my shots.
I mean, that's how I feel with the Desert GM. Every time I play that, or half the time when I play a sniper, I'm like, oh man, I just feel horrible. If I could actually hit something right now, then this would just completely be a different game. I know that feel all too well. And that's why I try not to play sniper.
That's why the DACA that's why you adopted the DACA, right?
Pretty much. Cannon and DACA, let's go.
I love playing the Desert GM though. Like people try to rush at you, and you're just like, Lamau, if you have maneuver armor, get staggered nerd. If you're some stupid general, take a knee. Like it's great.
Yeah, just have a seat, dude. We need to have a chat.
Yeah.
Bring out the saber and
get my Chris Hansen custom Desert GM. It's like,
just take a seat over here.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, the Goof VD I think at 400 still holds a place. Again, kind of what Gustav was saying. They don't get too crazy at that point. But I think the level 4 though might be a little you might be getting a little too high for either of those suits to actually start. At that point it would be
like
a
a lot
gun.
of maneuverable stuff chasing you down
Yeah.
while you're trying to wait for your gun to come back. So like you chunked one dude, right? Everyone else responds because they have the speed. And then you're kind of punching your butthole until you get it back.
Yeah, the VD
unless
has
you're like a melee
no
king or something.
But that's the other thing with the VD. It's pretty squish. So, I mean,
and like
at that point,
the
just play
GM White Dingle also has like that little like chopping board shield too, so you're not having a lot of coverage in the interim.
Oh yeah. I guess that is a good point. Well, I mean, I would say, on the point level 4 Freet fares well at 450, but I would say like it has more defense though compared to like a
shotgun
VD. Well, and shotgun, but yeah.
Shotty to the body.
And the VD has the heat rip, but that thing isn't. You be a fucking straight up G. Can you even like throw it upwards, like catch a flight type with a heat whip or heat rod?
I mean, if you're close enough, yeah, I think you can. Like,
I would love for
There's
someone to
that
do that
one-
with the regular goof.
There's
Just
one
the
dude.
downswing to smack somebody with it.
Oh yeah.
Get
Yes,
the fuck out of this
please.
guy. Waka!
Dude, I love, but I've only had it happen a couple times. But just swatting him out of the air for your beam saber is the best.
That shit feels good.
Like go full fly swatter on him.
Also, the DJ just shooting them point blank.
Duck hunter,
my
fucking
gosh.
DJ.
But yeah, then there's the camo, and then speaking of snipers, the Gunner Gundam level 1's in the DP store.
Hey.
Yep.
Yeah.
This week is rip raids, man.
Yeah,
as usual.
If you want a really good sniper, there you go. And highly recommend. If you're a sniper player and you don't have this suit, go get it. It's in the DP store. Have fun.
Gunner Gundam kind of fell off in terms of representation for a little bit, but I hope this helps and bring it back.
Oh yeah.
The unwarranted nerfs were definitely not helping. Like
that too.
I think Gunner
Yeah,
Gundam,
it didn't really
Gundam is
need to
still a
be
good
messed with.
example. Yeah, it's just a good example of why they shouldn't nerf suits based on results. Like just because a suit does well doesn't necessarily mean it's too strong. Like I don't know. Like in some cases I get it, but I don't know. The Gunner Gundam didn't feel overpowered.
No, and it's lacking in tools too, right? Like it doesn't have as many different options. It needed that power in order to do what it had to do.
Sniper rifle and Vulcans and a beam saber.
Yeah.
I think its win though came more from the BD3 being so good, where its actual win potential came from was more like it exists. If you do have a pixie running around, then the BD3 could be like, oh, okay, I see it over there, because you not only cancel its stealth as we tested, but then you can actually just show it to everybody like, hey, there's a stealth,
and that's
the health bar over here
too, for sure.
Yeah, so I mean that's one of the big deals with it, but at the same time, yeah, it needed that. And also good point, I should have made more of a big deal about this, but was that emblem defending a support that I heard? What?
Hey man. I
you gotta think about the long game, right?
Yeah.
But no, for real though.
The game's getting to the point to where like we're literally gonna raid is gonna become obsolete and we're just gonna have like 5-man general comps.
It's already happening. Like even when when I was doing queues when shit was fucking up and I was like having to go solo for my last couple matches, there was just like everyone goes blue and then there's like this standoff. Who's gonna go support? All right, support's in. Who's actually gonna pick raid and be a dumbass? Oh, I guess I will.
Yo, guess we lose.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hey guys,
GG fuckers.
Oh, I'll play the gun cannon general or the fucking full armor ground. It's like, oh, okay, we got the support role taken care of.
Oh my God.
We need a raid. Like, oh, I brought in a freight. Or here's my mark too. It's like, okay, raid slots covered. I was like, but all the portraits are blue. It's like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, the full armor ground
that
type
comes into
though is just
what we were talking about for the generals in the last podcast.
Oh yeah. So like just saying though, the that
I forgot to update.
That full armor ground type though can just
shred
a base.
It's amazing.
Like anything that has missiles, like I know the SML can do it, but sadly at that point your damage is low enough to where it's not enough to just be like no big deal.
Bro, go ahead.
But yeah, like that's like the full armor ground though has that same kind of missile, only it's just in one of its weapons instead of being its main weapon, and then it has a cannon, and then you're just like, law, goodbye base. So yeah.
I kind of wish there was a support version of the full armor ground. Like like I was playing it and it's like a nice suit to use, man. Like can the SML trade off one of its missile cannons for a actual like shoulder cannon, man?
For real though, right?
Do you think the B type's not quite there?
That's the gun cannon, right?
No, it's the full armor type B.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind
does
of
that have rockets? I guess I just don't play it.
But the thing is, it starts.
And also the rockets you don't even have to stand still to fire, which is pretty crazy.
That is true. No. But it chunks bases, but it doesn't chunk bases that hard. That's the difference. Like I can kill a base. You could kill a base with a 450 full armor ground faster than you could kill a base with a 500.
I mean, it's
Type
interesting to
B.
kill bases, but I'm not really interested in that. Like, if I can just chunk suits, I'm fine with that.
Well, I mean, like
yeah, full armor does a good job at that.
yeah, either one of them definitely does well. So, like, you hit a suit and then you can missile it to death. You hit a suit, then you can beam it 4 times or 3 times to save your overheat. Then you swap to the big super chunk missile, but also moves like a turtle. So you watch as like you're about to get obliterated by this thing. If you get knocked over, you just see this missile like, oh, when I get there, oh, boom.
Just
No,
you
my
wait.
iframes. They should have went up.
But Gustav, in the case of what you were asking though, like I mean, it's probably I wasn't even thinking about that suit. I probably just forgot about its existence because I rarely play those suits anyway. So probably just
Yeah,
not enough.
I
to
mean, the
play with
bigger
them.
thing is like the Type B had its moment in the sun, and then it kind of like tapered off a little bit too. You got some dedicated players, but it's not as common anymore, so it's not like something you have to really worry about even fighting against.
And as a raid, I love seeing any support that doesn't have a shield, especially when it's not like half its body size.
True. MLRS.
I don't know what you're talking about.
MLRS, Mudrock, Gun Cannon, or GM Cannon 2, like those three, you like, you're like, fuck, I gotta do what I gotta do, but like you're just like, ah. But whenever it's like, in some degree to Gogu Jaeger can hurt, like Jaeger, full armor, Gogu Cannon, like Cannon has a tiny shield, so it's not like it's iffy sometimes, but not that big of a deal. But like any of those non-shield full armor Gundam type D or whatever, like any of those non-shield supports, you're just like, yes, I'm going to kill you, and you don't have bullshit to stop me.
Oh yeah, no. I know that
giant
feeling.
rocket or something.
It's over for you, Ace. Pretty much.
Yeah, for real. Dom Barrage is another good one. Although I forgot they added explosive reactive armor to it.
Oh yeah. That's definitely been helpful.
Yeah, Shrapnel Bazooka does some decent damage to bases too. Because I'm guessing it technically has the explosive base type. I'm guessing. That's about the only thing I can figure out with it. Anything that has an explosion type weapon just melts bases. I don't know if it gets a damage bonus or what against bases, but that and penetrating weapons. So the downswing of the Agu guy, or just any of the swings of the Agu guy, chunks bases as well. So, but normally melees just do nothing to bases, and most beams are meh, but at least they're better than machine guns. But that's like I could dump the entire Gatling from the Dom Barrage and like into a base like 2 or 3 times. So that's 400 or 600 bullets, or just use one volley of missiles and do the exact same amount of damage. I'm just saying that's definitely not equivalent damage. So you're getting some kind of damage reduction with just Gatling guns or just machine guns in general. So because I noticed that when this was a while back when I was testing like the bullpup and the 100 millimeters to see which one had more damage, and I was like, oh, I'll just test it on a base, no big deal. And then when I realized that like one cannon shot with the gun cannon mass production is literally the same as like sitting there for like 7 to 8 minutes shooting with the bullpup or the 100 millimeters, I'm like, oh, this is gonna take forever. And I'm like, yeah, that ain't me. So I went ahead and I was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and pull this into Photoshop and see what pixel we're at. And then I was just like, this takes a lot less time. So I just sat there and fired for, like 5 or 6 minutes. And then I took the screenshots and went down to the pixel to actually figure it out. Because I was like, no way am I going to wait for a base to die from machine gun fire. Screw that. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it for the updates. Before we get into what our next suit choice is going to be at this point, who knows? And I know what I'm picking. But also, we do want to talk about Gundam Versus at some point here, and
Maxi Boost on.
So do we want to just go to that and then talk about the new suit
Sure.
and wrap up, or?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll work.
Cool. Well, here, if you guys want to start the Maxi Boost, saying what it is and what's going on and what time. It is Saturday, right?
Saturday, it's for Eastern, it's gonna be like at 6 or something, like 6 in the morning.
Hold on, I'll pull it up. It's
And
kind
then-
of weird. They put like a thing on Twitter saying new
Yeah.
times, but I'm pretty sure those times on Twitter are the exact same times they sent me in the email.
And then I'll be right back while you guys are going over.
Yeah,
what
there
the
was
event
there was
is.
some sort of stipulation as to why. I think they expanded the time, so the start time is the same.
Well, I thought the end time was the same too. Like I'd have to look at it again. I was just like looking at it, and I like I had it on my computer, and I brought up the email on my phone, and I was just like looking, and I was like, dude, I myself is like a tiny brain. I don't. They look exactly the same to me. So I don't know. But it's so Pacific time is on this thing. It says it's from 4:25. It starts at 3 a.m. and it ends at 7 p.m. on the 26th. Which here, let me do this real quick. Let's switch screens real quick and look at my Discord just to make sure. Well, I've got the email up. It's my GBS channel.
Yeah, it's a network test, by the way, not like a open beta or anything
Yeah.
like that.
You have to have a key. Yeah, so I'm getting the same time on the little thing they sent out on Twitter as I did on the original email. So nothing different there. So if you're in Central, that's 5 o'clock in the morning to 9 p.m. If you're in Eastern, that's 6 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock p.m. Which in Japan, that's a starting time of like 9 o'clock at night on the 25th.
Must be nice.
It must be nice.
I was just converting the time to like what time it would start in Japan.
Yeah, it
The,
must be nice, and I have to get up at 6 in the morning for that shit.
Yeah, the
So,
beta
wait.
in Japan starts at 9 o'clock at night.
When does it end, though?
I guess it might be
10.
10 now.
This is like
Yeah.
4 hours.
Oh, really?
Um,
This is 6 a.m. to
No,
10 a.m.?
It's over 24 hours.
Oh,
okay.
PM. Okay, no, I thought
Okay.
it said AM.
No. It's over 24 hours. It starts the morning of Saturday and ends Sunday night.
Oh,
That'd be
okay.
'Cause
hilarious.
I was thinking the
Yeah.
same thing too. Like at first, like, oh, it's only 4 hours, okay. And then one of the guys talking about doing a 24-hour stream. It's like, what are you gonna do for the rest of the time? It's like 4 hours of
Like, what are
GBS.
you talking about?
Okay.
And like I looked at it again, it's like, oh shit.
So in that case, time to learn the game Saturday and get wrecked by people on Sunday. Got it.
Time to just get clapped in this game a lot.
Get bodied.
Oh, there we go.
My fight stick is ready, and I'm going to get completely owned.
I wish I was able to get my stick in time. That sucks. I have to go on controller for this.
I mean,
Like, once the full release is out, I'm definitely gonna have one.
Oh, for sure. I hear that. It's so satisfying to play Maxi
Yeah,
Boost
like
or just versus in general. on a
after
fight
playing
stick.
it on cabinets with it, like I'm just used to that idea, so it's gonna be weird to have to like use a stick, like a controller for it now.
I feel you there. Like when I first played Extreme Versus, we played on fight stick, and then I tried to play Gundam Versus on controller, and it just didn't feel right.
Yeah,
it
that was a
like,
big
strange.
goof.
Yeah,
yeah, the
it's really pretty
versus.
cool.
I started playing like the on the beta, and I played it, and I was like, "This is cool," but I don't want to pay full price for the game, and I also don't want to have to have PSN for it. And that was pretty much as far as I went with that. So, like, I
Right.
thought about like just getting it when it's on sale, but then it's just like kind of same deal.
What you're
so
saying is that we need to get you money.
maybe.
What is Gustav's? I feel like
We need to
famous quote.
start getting
Pay these men.
Pay these men. Get paid, damn it. Pay them now. Get that donation button. Slam that shit.
And vice versa. But no, it's gonna be going on for a while. I don't believe you'll need PlayStation Plus for it. And I've read through the terms of service. And if you can't stream it, Bamco strike my account down with a Operation British like NDA or whatever you would call it. But it looks like it's gonna be okay to stream. But if not, I'll see you guys in 24 hours.
Yeah, right. We'll all be right there.
I'll do my dailies first and just see what happens to other people.
Nah, there you go. Gustav plays smart. Just like get on like at the time you would normally play. And we're like, don't do it, man. I'm from the future.
Yeah, that's definitely the nice thing about it being 24. Like I don't have to get up at the crack of dawn just to play this shit. Like I'm not that about it. You guys can acclimate a little bit. I'm gonna get played regardless because these guys.
Bro, I don't even think I'm gonna be up at that early, like 3 a.m. Damn.
Like that's when I'm gonna fall asleep. Maybe
for real. Also, for anybody that's never played a versus style game, think if trying to think about this stuff, think like Virtua On. Or
yeah, Virtual On's pretty obscure now too nowadays, which is fucked up. Because
Yeah,
that used to be my go-to example, right? And now it's just like I feel like more people know what Versus is than what Virtual On is, which is fucked up.
Rise of the Incarnates. Did you ever play that game, Gustav?
Rise of the Incarnates.
I'm gonna have to look that one up.
It was on Steam, but it was by Bamco. It's pretty much Gundam Versus without Gundams. It did not last very long.
Yeah, which is a shame. They should just bring this to PC. Can that just happen? Like I'm tired of this.
Okay, so
I can't really
stop this coward shit. Just go on PC.
This versus MB, I guess, is what it would be. Maxi Boost
versus
right?
MB. Oh yeah, Maxi Boost on
Maban.
Yeah. Okay, MB on. There we go. Yeah, that's what I'll put for that. I forgot to swap the topic. I'm like
Cinnabon.
Gundam
on.
Yeah, Cinnabon, Maxi Boost on, promo. RX-78 cinnamon roll.
Premium sound version.
Yep.
You wish.
They'll have a Xeon one too. It's like just a cinnamon bun that's painted that just has red frosting on or pink. That's a mono eye. It's like a strawberry flavor. No, it's just a normal cinnamon bun, but it's got pink frosting on it because people like robots.
Like, so what was the other game though? I kind of want to look that up.
I'm pretty sure it's called Rise of the Incarnates.
Oh, here we go. Rise of Incarnate video game.
You probably didn't play it.
No, but I'm like, what
I'll
in the
just
world
say
is
that.
this?
It's a game no longer supported on Steam. It was pretty fun. I played it for a little bit. There's this badass guy that was like on his chair, and he pretty much played like a Gundam versus character. I fired missiles and lasers and stuff.
Nice. Was it very like melee centric in general?
Honestly, it was a lot like Gundam versus. Like all the characters had like range op stuff. Think of like what was that what was that Platinum Games title that had the Max Anarchy or whatever. Think of like Maximum Anarchy, but it's Gundam versus. And that's how it played. Like characters or Max Anarchy characters or whatever.
Never heard of that weeb shit either.
Bandit is a playable character in that game. It's kind of like Max Anarchy is kind of like Crackdown. Kind of.
It's weird. That's a weird like.
But but you play against the other people. And that's like a loose comparison, like real loose. I just can't think of anything.
I'm playing the trailer right here, right now. Of
like
that
equates
one.
to it, yeah.
So that's why I was trying to pull it up. I was like, Bandai Namco Games presents, yeah.
But it'll be interesting. I know a lot of people are looking forward to the game, so it should be pretty hype.
I joke about the
Which-
idea that like people are gonna fall off from this game and just like disappear into that game's like realm, but like the bigger thing about Versus is that the matches are so fast, and you know people are gonna be having big custom match circle jerks in there, so like you're not gonna be spoiled for choice in terms of actually getting in there to play with.
Yeah. So that's gonna be my big thing, is actually getting in there and trying to seeing what I can get done and how good I can get in 2 days. That's gonna be my challenge. So now that I know it's both days, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. Put some pretty good hours in on that one. Okay, that
Yeah,
was
that'll be
really cool.
interesting.
That had just like a beam from space nuke attack. What in the world?
I wonder. I guess the bigger thing for the network test that I'm wondering is whether or not we're actually going to be able to host our own lobbies, or if we're all just going to be doing like pub stuff.
Yeah, that's actually a good question.
I kind of hope it's the former, but if it's the latter, we're just going to have to suck it up and get good and be like real players. So,
Yeah, pretty much. Do it. So overall, I honestly don't know what suits we'll have. Like I remember the demo
everything.
versus. Will it actually have everything? I mean, will it just
No,
actually
I
be
mean just a shit ton more. Like if you've ever seen the roster for the verses we got, like imagine that, but like a shit ton more stuff. And like all of it's gonna be out right out of the gate, except for like I think they were talking like 3 potential suits that weren't in the original.
now that's
And like
legit.
some of them would be like from our verses, like things that weren't quite there, because this is an older game. This is literally a port of a 4+ year old game that we're finally getting stateside at home, because it was just like a big arcade thing. And then they got Extreme, I think it's Extreme versus 2 or some shit like that. There was another one that came out that replaced it in arcades. And like this is the kind of lauded like poster child of like current versus stuff right now by comparison. This is the one that everyone's like full chub for, and that they wanted instead of the verses that we got.
Okay, that's awesome. That's legit. Yeah, I want to say one of the things that I didn't like about the verses was just that the like it pretty much was at the DLC stuff, and I was like, well, that's a little odd.
I mean, it's still gonna need it, and I think in order for this to have longevity, they are gonna have seasonal kind of thing going on. Like it needs to have some way to make money after its release.
Fair enough.
Otherwise, it's gonna die as fast, if not faster. The idea that it has the gameplay loop in the way that people want is good. So, like on top of that, their player base will definitely stick around. But they still need to have a way for it to be profitable after the fact. That's just a fact of life.
Yeah.
For video games.
I mean, as far as just how many suits though that were kind of like locked behind the DLCs, though, I was just like, if one's too OP or one kind of becomes meta at that point, that's when it kind of gets a little awkward.
Yeah, like the bigger deal for this game is that like it has such a right out of the gate. Yeah. So like a lot of the stuff that people are expecting is just going to be there already. Anything that we get afterwards is either going to be stuff from like this current versus that we got that wasn't like quite in there yet, and maybe it'll just be retooled for this game. Kind of like how Marvel vs. Capcom was literally like a bunch of old asset swaps put into one game and just like, oh, this is all the characters. Like MVC 1 and 2 was literally just that, like a bunch of old sprites and characters from like other fighting games and shit all just put into one thing. With like a couple getting custom because they just didn't have like the same level of quality or whatever. So but you can tell the difference between like older and newer characters in those games.
Yeah.
So like it'll be interesting to see what kind of coats of paint they put on some of these guys, or like how much this game is touched up for the home release, if at all. Not to mention they have to do the whole like single player modes in there too, which they have been talking about in some of the older like trailers.
That's cool. That's pretty legit. But yeah, I'm definitely hyped for it now. Like, this would be kind of cool.
It's funny because people who haven't had access to like extreme and stuff have been trying to like practice for this game without the down boost, like handicapping themselves in regular versus.
Okay, that's kind of awesome.
But of course, you always have the people who are just like so used to that game's meta. They're like, I don't know what you're doing, but like, good luck, you're gonna die. Like, fuck off.
I'm back. Sorry about that. I ordered something to get ready for our watch party tonight.
Oh, there you
And
go.
it arrived while we were doing stuff, so I was down there. And the guys are making carnitas, so I was talking to them as well.
Nice.
It should be. I never had carnitas. I'll have to grab a taco or whatever while I'm down there. But I heard a discussion. I had my headset on the whole time, so.
Oh, nice, cool.
So yeah, I'm like, yeah, just hopping into this. The meta's gonna be kind of cool, I guess, to like
Prepare for the clappage, because like I've seen a bunch of people on Twitter who are like hot about this game and have been playing it for a hot
for
minute,
sure.
and like other things, they're like, oh yeah, I'm ready. I got my like, okay, cool.
I've been grinding in Japan on the arcades for this moment.
No.
This is the moment.
You've been super tryharding, flying to another country to try hard.
Maximum sweat.
That is
I'm not ready to move to Japan for Battle Up, man. Like, God.
I mean, this is
really
borderline, this is borderline fighting game community shit, right? So like, this always gonna be maximum sweat, like any much more so than even Battle Up, and that's for the fact that this doesn't have a competitive or profitable scene. It's crazy how much sweat happens in these matches sometimes.
I mean, that's what I hear when people pop in a chat. Like, they like, yeah, I was playing some Gundam Versus, you know, or like, who plays Gundam Versus here? And I'm like, well, I don't, but PS Plus. And then they're like, oh. And I'm like, yeah. And then they're like, well, super try hard talk. Let's go. And I'm like, oof.
They start talking about in-game combos using like
they already have like community people like cringing internally at like, man, the people that they know that are usually in those communities are just like super toxic or like super sweaty, and they're like, they're gonna scare away all the people in the network test. Y'all better calm the fuck down. And everyone's like, lol, I think so.
Trashing scrubs, go.
But
we could be speaking in inputs like, yeah, I really need to work on my 243 confirms, man. Like when I do 243 A plus B, like I really have too many frames open, and I'm really vulnerable to
that's gonna be the other thing too, right? Like updating any data for like the new suits that get introduced.
I mean, as long as they
see if there's any difference between the console and the arcade versions and all that too, like all that little nuance is gonna come out.
I mean, as long as they're speaking in that, then I can follow that. I mean, yeah, I used to do some fighting game stuff at one point. I think, well, actually, I talked about it on here where I found a wall in Soul Calibur to climb, and then, man, so I was like, okay, teach me. I had friends that were like big into that community. I'm like, teach me, and it's like, oh, here you go, and I'm like still getting wrecked. So yeah, I know how sweaty and try hard that can get.
Nope. What a player.
That'd be something to mess with, though.
But
yeah, so look out! You'll see us getting bodied on Twitch television. With Maxi Boost on.
Everyone to see. Yeah, I mean, there's also going to be a lot of other streaming this, so that category is going to be crowded over the weekend
for sure. Yeah. Why'd you come watch us?
Yeah. Everyone's going to be playing, but no one's going to be able to host because everyone else is going to try to host.
Pretty much.
That'll be interesting to see who everyone folds in with to actually like get matches going if they actually do let us do customs.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I almost
wonder what the
kind of
mods
want
is
them to
actually doing.
just make it be like pub matchmaking, just so that they bust these balls. It's like, nah, you got to play with everybody else. Fuck off.
That'd be kind of interesting. Like
if you're gonna clap, then you might as well just clap the entire public here.
there you go. That's it.
No selective clappage.
I hope we can make rooms though. That'd be cool for viewer stuff. Get bodied by the community a little bit.
I would assume
Already
for the
know
network
some of
test, it
the-
doesn't matter as long as people are just like in there.
Yeah. I already know some of my community members want to bully me and
Yeah.
versus like some of them are like haven't come out straight up and said it, but you know, you could tell they're just like ready.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, I can't wait to
body
play
you.
with you, smiley face. Like,
Yeah.
No big deal, right? Back to where we were.
So totally uninterrupted flow of discussion. Very, very high budget podcast, Downtime in a Hangar, guys. What mobile suit do you think is coming out next?
Yeah, let me change that topic like nothing happened.
Wink.
every week that we go through is another week where I'm like, man, at this point, what's even left? Or what would they actually like delve into, right?
I mean,
So
at this point,
we got MSV Zeta now to touch on, and whatever is actually considered in that category as well. Like if they do that instead of considering it like advance of Zeta, you know, so we still have the Hazel and all that other shit as a possibility.
I really hope that's a thing at some point for Aoshi, for real though.
But
Hazels.
this is something that I bring up a lot, but it's just the idea of like Zeta, as far as we know, is endgame, so they can't really just barf out a bunch of Zeta stuff at once.
Yeah. I'm guessing we might go back to Katana or something.
Or if not, then I'm assuming like the Ashimar at this point would be another good one to mess around. Because they have a lot of like smaller end suits or like big suits like that. The Bound Duck also got a new model recently, gunpla wise.
Oh yeah.
So I wonder when that's gonna come to Battle Operation.
So I think, well, what I want to see new suit wise, if I had to pick 3, I want a support, the 600, a support the 600, and a support the 600. Go.
There you have it.
I mean, for real though, but it has to be Zeta.
Has to be Zeta.
Yeah, like I want something Zeta that is a 600 that is proper, and I feel like they've run into the same
And
problem.
It's gotta be at least ground.
I feel
right?
like we're. Yeah, it has to at least be ground. We can't have none of this like random
GBO4
BS. Exactly. I really feel like we're just gonna get the like just a support Zeta. The support Zeta version. I mean, that's what they did with the MLRS.
Honestly,
we're at that point where like they're gonna have to just be variants like that.
Yeah. I kind of think that supports are gonna get to Cubile, and it'll be super sad because I'm gonna have to fucking clap to Cubile. Like, sometimes you got to put what you love down.
You gotta.
And I'm gonna be like,
it's literally gonna be
so sorry, Emblem.
I know, man.
It's
gonna
funnel
happen,
you to death.
Fuck, you're taking my money. I'm never gonna play it, but like I gotta have it. Like, yes, please. Oh man, dude, if the Cubile comes out and they give me Hamon's pilot suit, oh my fucking god, yes.
Man.
I would get to Cubile and roll again so I get the full set. Like Hamon's pilot suit is fucking sexy.
So what happens if you?
Oh my god.
So I've never rolled twice on a banner.
You could get duplicates.
Oh my gosh!
You get tickets, my dude. You get tickets.
Oh no! And before we have Zoc 2, the Zockening number 2 for Emblem. Oh
good
no!
luck. That I mean, the Cubile is gonna be his second Zoc moment. You already know.
Oh yes, it will.
Oh, for sure. I will make bad decisions within reason.
Oh no.
There we go.
By the way, I just saw Wing Mobile Suit 2 in your chat. Yes, please.
Somebody said go to Wing. Gustav, you move your camera around.
No,
It's like twitching.
Totally
You're like
not.
twitching about. I'm just
Well,
like, what
totally
the
not
heck?
moving it so that I can lean on one to like sit up like a proper person.
Hang on, let me move you back over here this way.
I know. I just adjusted. Like, dang, that's weird. Gustav's like off the screen for some reason, and nothing changed. It's like, damn, Discord. He's
Yeah.
just twitching.
Like I move you guys so that as you guys move in different directions, I keep you aligned. I just wonder if
Yeah,
I've tilted
I should be in
anybody.
frame now properly.
Yeah,
I
it
just
looks
wonder
good.
if I've tilted anybody, like moving you guys around, like
Like,
Emblem,
what
you
are
came
you
back,
doing?
and then like when I do this,
Magnum,
and I'm like looking at my screen, I'm like over here, like.
Man, we tilted everybody during the machine gun discussion. Don't worry about it.
Oh no!
Oh my god! I figured.
But as far as my takes, so we got our follow-up Zeta suit. I wasn't like the 2-star makes sense. I was kind of thinking we get something hot.
Mhm.
But I could see us staying Zeta, but 1-year war I feel like is a lot more likely.
Yeah, or something in between at least, right?
I just want
Some
again.
kind
I
of
just want to see
variant
a
or whatever.
support because they're already starting to. I mean, what they did though, at the very least, is they were like, okay, we have to have a 600 support. Let's just go ahead and start funneling in all the other ones instead of waiting till like. When did we get the 550
We
Jaeger?
had to have
Wasn't
a
it
600
like?
support.
Wasn't
I
that
laugh in
like?
Kobe.
Isn't it at 600 at this point?
Well, I mean it is though, but my point is like when do we get the 550 when Stardust hit? Like I really think it was like after the event they were finally like, yeah, we need to put something in there. Let's throw the Jaeger in and then here's a space GPO4 and oh, we got to come up with something, right? And that 8 weeks after, like the O2 first came out was the MLRS. That's 2 months later. They finally put in something. This time they were like, week 2, there's the level 4 Yoku Jaeger. We're not making that mistake at least. So, I
Yeah.
mean, fair enough. We do have some 600s now. Cool. I still want my transforming 600, please. Please.
Better get ready for that Methus then.
I mean,
I'm ready.
Oh wait, the Methus, yes. But I'll take whatever I can get. If it's the Ashimar, I'm not a sniper guy, but I'll take that. I'll roll on that and watch it be the one support that I get on banner when I really want it.
First roll, single.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be I'm gonna single roll on it as soon as next week if it's the Ashimar, I'm gonna single roll on it and watch it just be like, here's a Gal Carrier, gold box, first try, have fun, and I'm like, I
Go
don't play
crazy.
snipers.
It could,
Oh
bitch.
man.
It just dings into the sunset.
Yeah, there's like
there you go.
We just hear that in the background somewhere. Good, bitch. What? Did anybody hear that?
Just play general.
We have full
Kobe's trying to
supports in
send out-
general.
Yeah, Kobe's trying to send the player base a message, just like, if you're
This
not
is-
wearing blue, you're playing the game wrong, son.
What if it's just to train us for like the eventual paradigm, where like all that gets thrown out the window? Nah, fuck it.
Yeah, they're
Play
like,
Yeah,
what
we're
you
getting
want.
rid of the triangle.
yeah, I have
Triangle's dead now because we can't maintain it at Zeta level.
650
We're-
costing up.
Retconning dodge rolls on the certain supports. Like, well, fuck balance. Here you go.
Yep, you're pretty much a general, but now you just have type advantage. You have to remember your suits and not worry about anything else.
Oh man, like for real though, 650 and up. That's it. That's what it is. But yeah, I mean, other than the Ashimar, again, unless they just do something crazy, that's the first one I could see being the first 600 support. Maybe the Methus, or even a alternate like version of
Methus
the
is a
Zeta.
raid roar. Methus raid roar.
I just want, you know what I just want to see? I just want to see like your counter animation just be like beam saber, throw it, beam saber, throw it, beam saber, throw it, beam saber, throw it, just like
That'd be cool.
just
Like it has a
pull them out.
it has like a distancing downswing, and it just like jumps away, throwing beam sabers at him.
That'd be
Or
hilarious.
something like that. That'd be
A
awesome,
ranged
man.
downswing that just knocks people over.
Well, like it like gives you free distancing. That'd be really cool, actually.
That
pretty
would be
sweet.
interesting.
Just have iframes the whole time. I don't know if you guys ever played Melty Blood before, but did you guys ever see Fate Zero?
Yeah.
You know how Kodamine throws the nails? It's those red-handled swords he uses. They're called nails, I believe. But I was referring to Tsukihime because Seal does it too. But it essentially be in the multiplayer games, like they throw those as projectiles, and it kind of be like that, where you just throw the beam sabers at the guy, just like jump back in the air and just kind of float away from him. It'd be pretty cool. Range downswing getting counted across the map.
Oh my
god. Oh gosh.
That'd be interesting too. Although, I mean, a range downswing wouldn't even be that bad. I'm sure it worked like the tentacle monster, and you'd have to touch the mobile suit's hitbox, and not so much of the weapon itself. So it actually, a range downswing would actually be strong. Like you throw where you could maybe throw a beam saber or something. That'd be interesting.
You mean a range downswing? The Agu guy.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think the Agu guy's shown that a traveling like a non-mobile suit traveling downswing is like very powerful. Just like ranged melee is super good. Yes,
it
please,
advances a little bit with it, but it's just you pay attention to the tentacle so much you don't see it that much.
And like every time somebody's tried to counter me, like I'm like, this thing's uncounterable, and then Maniac's like, hang on, let me get in there.
I got you.
Then I'm like, whoa, hold on, Maniac, don't counter me, please. But and I think Chad did it too. I was like, no, why? But yeah, the Palace Athene though, or the Birulon, yeah, that's another one. But I've said the Palace Athene, I think each week too is one of my support choices. But that's what I mean when I say like they could just, if they throw something out of nowhere, just be like, yo, here's a gift.
Like, they could do the Gapfleet too, but that'd be kind of unfortunate.
That would be kind of interesting.
That's a thing, yeah. That'd be cool though, I think.
I feel like anything that they make the support at this point is going to be like taking a hit for the rest of the suits to just be cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take it. But like, I'll be like, thank you, Kobe.
Supports.
Thank you, Kobe.
Sorry, support players don't get nice things.
Oof.
They don't get to change forms unless they're in a tank.
Well, they get nice things, but then everyone's mad because they're not as cool as they could have been.
That's true. It happened.
You want to play that? You want to play that GBO4 on the ground? Lamau, it's a support.
Remember my joke? Remember my joke about flying not being as fast, and like you have the Gaplant and the Zeta, and they boost really fast and stuff. But here's what you have now. You have the first flying support. Oh, I transformed. Don't worry, guys. I'll get over there. I'm flying.
Just hold up a minute.
I'm flying. I'll be over there in a second. Hang on.
You know what it is though? It's like, oh, we're making it go slower so you have enough time to line up your shot. And I'm going over there to clamp. God damn it! Like, what do you want?
Gosh, that'd be exactly.
I'll just fucking set up somewhere else.
Chat kind of brought up Magnum, but your first base 600 support will be the perfect Zeong.
I know. I saw that. I'm like, yes, I'll take that.
But it won't be able to roll because it has legs.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh man. Like they're gonna do something to just like make the flying so slow. It's just gonna feel clunky or something silly like that. That is exactly what's gonna happen. But
the method ends up being like slow as fuck.
Oof.
Oh god, I'd be sad. I hope not. It's gonna be a raid.
You mean the support version of it?
Damn it. Raid.
No.
Never
See, I
gonna
said
happen.
support version of it. See, there's two of
No,
them.
no,
Right?
no. So,
No, because they're gonna get a
absolutely not.
support version of the Zeta, and then they're just
Your
gonna.
support exactly. Your support version of the Methus was the freaking gun cannon detector. You go dirtle around in 450.
Well, they can't because they can't do it in high cost, so they need a high cost version.
Yeah, we still need a.
Yep. 500, 550 Methus playing with the big boys. Meanwhile, the variation can go dirtle around with the low cost cleaves.
So the closest thing I can think of setup wise to that would be
no.
like the gap blade, because it has the shoulder cannon, still it
Mhm.
has the big dig fading rifle. So it can still kind of do that setup with any other sub weapons that it has.
The Hyaku
It'll just suck because it won't be as maneuverable as it could have been if they make it a support. Oh, the Shikikai would they probably make a general? I wouldn't doubt.
I wonder if we'd ever actually see those in game though. Like, I guess it wouldn't be like impossible. It'd be interesting though.
Yeah, I mean we have
Shikikai.
MSV Zeta now, so like as a category, it opens up things a little bit.
The Shikikai will have a beam rifle and a shrapnel bazooka
As a side army, yes.
Yeah, like God, fuck you guys.
Hey man,
like,
the DJ fucking sets a precedence.
I know. Also, general, we got to give it that loadout. Like, fuck
The
you
only
guys,
difference, would be that it would run like a regular shrapnel as opposed to like the DJ's just mobile shotgun.
Oh my! God,
I take that too.
I mean, we might get. You know what? I know. Just because it's big and clunky, we'll get the bound dock as a support.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's gonna be Zoc.
It'd be like
2.0.
It'd be like a modern Zeong.
Or that, yeah.
Just beams all over and just fucking around.
Man, did Hyaku Shiki decide to, try to go full Frieza transformation? Is that what happened?
It looks a little bit like it. Huh?
Yes.
Like, it decided to get a longer head and everything else.
The Hakushiki actually never trained. The Kai is whenever it actually
goes gold.
Trained.
Yeah. True gold is the Shiki Kai.
Yes.
Yeah, here, I'll pull that up.
Which is why I should stay raid. No, it'll go it'll go general. You know it will. Its true evolution is when it goes blue and it can clap its former self.
Oh no.
That. Oh no. I like that head though, dude. Whoa.
So yeah, that's what I think will come out next week.
That specifically?
No, not the Yagashiki Kai.
Okay, yeah.
Just the suits that I may or may not have mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Raid Methus.
I know you want the raid Methus. I kind of want to see a raid Methus though.
Just give us the Barzam refined and just make it better. Just make it a literal Mark II.
If they actually, there you go, refined Barzam. Like if they actually do bring out a raid Methus, it has to somehow use all of its beam swords somehow in something. Like if not in the counter somewhere, it's got.
I feel like they're gonna reserve that for the O though.
Well, the O would. I feel like the O would, if anything, maybe have 2 melee weapons and just use, and like that's being generous. But I feel like its melee weapon would just be, or its counterattack would just be using the sub arms to just general Grievous you.
Yeah, right.
Imagine if they had that as its primary though. Like that'd be crazy.
That would be cool. Or maybe it's like melee is just 4 beam sabers. Like holy shit!
Literally, just like it does the grab that it doesn't. Just like hugs you to death.
That'd be a cool counter too, man. It just grabs you. You didn't say anything because my, saber.
But yeah, I just read that the shoulder-mounted Gatling style weapons on the Shiki Kai, by the way. That's a beam Gatling gun.
Ooh, it's like
That's
beam
like the
smashers on your shoulders.
smashers, like the Gatling beam smashers, dude.
That's
Yes,
kind of cool.
please.
You won't be able
Yeah,
to move
so
while
it can be
shooting it.
resisted better.
Oh, see, no, it's optional. It's optional. That's the support version. There we go. We got 2 suits right there. You got the general, which is the
Man.
Shiki Kai, and then you got the support, which is the Shiki Kai with the
With
beam
smashers.
smashers.
That'd be interesting to have a support version of the standard that's like super zippy. Like I could see that. That'd be interesting. That could be how they start shifting like what supports are able to do in terms of like maneuverability. Because if we have a slow Shiki, like stop. Turn your game off.
I mean, like,
Shut down the servers, it's over.
the one thing I can't stand a little bit with the MLRS is that you can't like boost around like you can with the normal beam bazooka one, even though you got like those giant boosters stuff. You only have the jump. Like,
Yeah,
when I
the
was playing
literal
on Mountain,
difference is the missile pack on your back, but it's like everything else is the same, and I'm not carrying the bazooka, so like the difference in weight should be okay.
the funny thing though that happened yesterday was like I shifted off Mountain just a little bit, only everything was clipping still on the hill, so I just like grinded like Sonic Rail style, I guess, on the edge of the hill there, and then I like right when I was over the arch, I just fell straight down, and I was like, "Oh hey, Emblem, please don't hurt me." And yeah, and I proceeded to get like hit once, and then my team was like, "We got you," and then I'm like, "Thank goodness."
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Ugh, teammates, enemy teammates.
Power of friendship, how dare.
Yeah. Ugh. You rely on your friends and it makes you weak, Magnum.
Magnum's over here like, my friends are my power.
Yeah. Showing a protagonist on the ground getting smacked, and then plot kicks in and somebody bails him out. It's like, damn, battle operation is anime. Fuck. A good thing I've been using the tag the whole time.
Oh. Hey, so have I.
Nobody ever wants to see the villain win. Head guns go bang bang. Those memes are pretty funny. I saw another one where it was like the Easy 8 crying as Ace is like, no, you have to let me get those kills so we can win. And it was like Zaku, and it's like Zaku machine gun go tut tut.
Tut, tut. I can't wait to see those for fucking Maxi Boost on. You know that shit's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I need one of those with that example we were talking about earlier, where you're just like getting ground pounded by like a group of people, and your teammates, the Zaku machine gun goes tut tut, guys. Like, I'll stun one of them eventually. Give me a minute.
Oh yeah, right.
Just you're supposed to use a bazooka so that you can back me up. No, Zaku machine gun goes tut tut.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we've got the new suits. What specifically did you say, or not Emblem, but Gustav? What did you say that you wanted? Because Emblem said his.
If they do Zeta, they'd probably still follow it. I couldn't see any like super big suits coming out, so probably like Ashima or something like that.
But yeah, anything specific you want?
Bound Dock would be kind of fun, or just on the Hazel at this point, just to get the Advanced Zeta stuff rolling.
There we go.
Too soon, man. I don't think we can't. Will Alshi be able to support that, like financially, if they release it?
Oh yeah,
like, considering his computer stuff, it's like you gotta give him time.
We got to give him some breather room. Gustav, change your pick.
I mean, at that point, we need to.
You boys.
At that point, we need to start a GoFundMe. If it's the Hazel,
Shiki Kai, you know what we can do? We can do the Hazel, pretty much just like a Quell, like really jacked up.
Oh yeah, like
just something a little bit of an introduction so that we know it's there, but like not the big boy itself.
If it is the Hazel though, we need to start a GoFundMe like immediately. Like
just like Ken is
just as
you know what I'd have to do? I'd have to, because he actually gave me a donation when I was trying to roll last week.
What a boss.
So I had to spot him for that if it actually happened. Like, get a 10 spin at least in there, see what happens.
Very true.
There we go.
Spinner truck.
Okay, cool. So, we want to go and do shout outs and wrap it up.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's go swap it. There we go. Okay, so who wants to go first?
All
I can
right.
lead. No, you gotta Gustav. Go,
Gustav's got it. There we
Yeah.
go.
Gustav _13 XIII for that. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, as well as Twitch, doing Gundam Battle Operation 2 dailies every day, as well as Death Stranding as our secondary game, and intermittently doing Final Fantasy Remake hard stuff for the simulator and all that. And also, I mean, are we going to try to organize a little bit for the network test to try to play together, or is it just going to be something we do on our own?
I'm down to
I
try to
mean-
play with you guys.
Yeah, we can probably make a GBS event out of it.
Yeah, I could see that, because people are going to want to group up if they actually are able to do customs.
I'll try to be on in the morning, but
I wouldn't worry about the morning too much.
oh well, I'm not gonna be up at like 6 a.m. But I'll
Mhm.
yeah, because
Oh, are you gonna try to marathon a little bit?
maybe a wee bit, but yeah.
I see. Yeah, just let us know. I'll probably get on later on in the day.
Because I'm
Try to
gonna
get some matches going.
I might not get on until about noon Saturday then,
That's
because
right.
I'm thinking, is depending on what happens tomorrow. But yeah, we can make some kind of event out of it. But yeah, is that it for you,
Something to
Gustav?
keep in mind for the future. Yeah, I'm good.
Emblem?
Hey, it's Aoshi.
Hey, we were just talking
Hey!
about that guy. Nothing good. Don't worry. I mean, nothing bad.
No big deal.
But I am Gaming Emblem. You can find me on the internet at twitch.tv/Gaming Emblem, where we play video games like Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2. But yeah, we're also going to be playing up. Oh, after Maxi Boost, I'm going to play Sakura Wars. The game comes out this upcoming Tuesday. Dynasty
you got some
Warriors.
shit going on, huh?
There you go.
Yeah, man, Sakura.
Wait, Dynasty
Sakura
Warriors.
Yeah, new Sakura Wars is pretty much Dynasty Warriors with a Sakura Wars theme. It's
Oh,
gonna be
shit.
great.
That's pretty legit.
But yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun. But if you're watching this on YouTube, it's too late, so don't worry about it. But if you're here live now, we're having a watch party after the podcast. Watch some anime, recreators.
Aoshi is like, I thought it was Patreon/Gaming Emblem.
I appreciate the sellout without me having to say it myself. No, that doesn't exist. Don't go there. If it does exist, don't donate to him because that's not me. But yeah, subscribe to my OnlyFans. Aoshi and Noob Sama literally like at the same time. We're like, who is OnlyFans? Like, oh my goodness.
Well, yeah, I just saw that pop up.
That's amazing.
Oh wow, well played, guys.
Lamau.
But yeah, we play video games on the internet though. I like to have fun.
For real though, that was in both chats right there at the same time. Nailed it. But yeah, as always, everybody's information will be down in the description below. But I'm EG Magnum. I stream on Twitch, got the Twitters, Discord, stuff like that. Gonna be doing some Final Fantasy VII Remake probably a little bit tonight after doing the dailies. And I don't know how late I'm gonna go with that. Tomorrow, if I'm awake on time, then Borderlands 3 with Captain Chad. And then once he has to go to bed because work things, then I'm going to swap to more Final Fantasy VII hard mode and do probably pretty late Pretty much if I actually look like I'm gonna beat it tomorrow night, then I'm gonna go probably till about 3 a.m.
Oh shit!
And
Miles just
then,
play Maxi Boost on, you know.
Yeah, just don't sleep. You got a couple hours.
Fine.
until
Then
it starts.
okay, actually, yeah, that's
Don't
a
do
good
it.
point.
Don't
That's
do
a good point, actually. Yeah. So then
Don't do it.
Then we'll go all night, and then because that's just 3 hours, so we'll just finish it. If we're gonna finish it by 6, then we're good, right?
Then you can just marathon the rest of the day.
Then I can just marathon until I pass out. Hopefully not on stream. And then
TOS here.
And then yeah. And then anyway,
the
next
Zeta's
week.
gone.
Oh wait, it is. Oh man.
Yeah, they put the Zaku
events. Yeah, the event's over. Oof.
But yeah, but then next week gonna be doing another, hopefully this time full speed run of Final Fantasy 7 Remake on hard mode.
Dun dun dun.
Thinking that's probably gonna be Tuesday.
But a hard mode speed run?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was already doing. That's what I was doing. I was at 13 hours already. So
I thought you were trying to be cute.
I mean, I was gonna finish the run. I was actually gonna finish that run. Like, so if I could minus my time, that was 13 hours. That one boss took about 2. Hopefully, I got away from it.
Are people clocking in already?
I don't think there's a hard speed run up yet at all. But they just opened it up on the 20th. So
World Recce, get that Recce.
So, like, if I actually finished it, then technically
I
would have had it. Yeah, if I could have finished
holder Magnum.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's kind of why I'm like, you know what? I would put in the extra 6 hours here the other night. That's why I would have done it. That's what I'm saying. Oh wait, there is one now. Really hard mode?
I think there has to be
Okay.
one. Like
9 hours, interesting.
People are tryharding on that game because it's been a million years.
I'm gonna have to check that out now. Like, that's kind of legit, outstanding. Well, I'll
time to learn to tech, Magnum.
I'll at least, I'll at least give a run. So it'll be the title of that one will probably be less noob of a speed run go. But yeah. But anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe, all that if you're watching this on YouTube. Leave a comment down below of what you'd like to hear us talk about in the future. But anyway, that'll be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.
Peace.
Later.
I'll have a comment underneath for the